right, we are in it now. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the King of Tides. Critical Roles weekly Twitch
Critical
stream.
Roles?
Oh, fuck me.
we fucking win.
Obviously, we win.
We're manifesting here.
I have a homebrew something from Wild Amount right in front of me. Not a homebrew, like a.
What a loser.
Oh God, that's.
Hi,
mortifying.
I'm Matthew Mercer, and let's get started.
Are we all saying just who we want? I'm Jennifer Lopez. Who else is everybody?
Yeah, what are we manifesting today?
Yeah. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm George Primavera, and this has been the King of Tides. Goodbye. Hello, everybody. Let's try that again. The King of Tides Hero Club's weekly Twitch stream. It's only the one thing I have to fucking say. Let's come.
That's the only thing
Thanks
that you've
for
rehearsed.
tuning in. I can't wait to see that fucking nightmare clipped for the rest of my life.
Your
Hello,
funeral,
everybody. If you haven't been here before, oh God, man, nothing throws off your mojo like just absolutely taking a header, right? Welcome to the King of Tides. This is a show we do every week. Everybody's an animal, and sometimes there's pirates. Let's try to reset. Thank you guys for coming in once again this Tuesday. We are Hero Club. If you are not familiar with our main thing that we do, this is sort of our ancillary fun time. But check out our About section if you want to look at our main bag, which is taking our D&D sessions. We do a ton of post-production on them, and they end up sounding like these really immersive, super goofy and sometimes very dramatic radio plays, depending on which direction we're going. And this, if you've ever listened to our Here There Be Monster season, big recommend if you haven't already, you can find it below. That season takes place in our Emporia universe, and so does this campaign. So a couple things to know about this campaign setting. First of all of our players and everybody in the world are playing anthropomorphic animal characters. We'll get to meet our PCs in just a moment. Technology-wise, we're looking at like mid-18th century, sort of the height of piracy in terms of like the analogous time. Something big to know, in this monarchical society, magic has been made completely illegal and is punishable by death or worse. There is only one religion that is permitted to be followed throughout the land. That is the Church of Soul. They worship the sun. And they are the ones who are responsible for suppressing the arcane, the rampant arcana throughout the world, and basically carried out an Inquisition-style event, thanks to my D&D flight attendants. Jesus Christ. Let's meet these idiots. Hannah?
Hello. My name is Hannah Fliglutefisk, and I play Cano, a goose paladin, and I was fully dressed up to be fancy today, only to be told not today.
Yet.
Not
Maybe
today.
not, unless we rocket through some stuff. Jackie?
Hello, I'm Jackie, and I wasn't expecting you to call me second. I got really surprised. I came in with enthusiasm. I'm playing Joey, the 10-year-old coyote arcane trickster rogue. Ooh! Last thing I know, I poofed.
No, you did poof. We'll get back to that in a second. Don't worry.
Pooped. I was like, I don't
fully
know what
pooped.
this is.
And
You don't know what
I
poop
pooped.
is.
I mean, you don't know what happened.
Gabe.
Hi, I'm Gabe Greenspan. I play Zygo Coiltail, the Circle of Stars Goo-Drew Chameleon, little bit of Goo Warlock, little bit of Circle of Stars Druid, ready to be fancy, and I was deceived. Zygo just wants to get back to his fancy boy roots. So.
Not yet. There's
Not
one
yet.
thing between
It's
you and
not
fancy,
Gabe.
Zygo.
It's you.
Yeah. Gabe wants to get back to his
Natasha.
fancy boy.
Oh yeah, and please, everyone, drop some honks for Gabe's haircut.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
Gabe's
HC.
haircut.
Honk, 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 honk.
Let's hear him, chat.
Honks for hair.
I'm dropping my
God,
honk.
stop
I'm dropping
it.
my goddamn honk right here. Here we go.
I'm Natasha. I'm playing Zaza Chekel, who's like really cool and strong and a hyena, and she's helping her friends. So watch. That's all.
So watch. And
Yes.
finally, Dylan McCullum.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dylan McCullum. I'm playing fan favorite
There it
Nesbit Bisbee. George threw me off. What an idiot. Don't
Don't you mean Matt Mercer threw you off?
Yeah. Matt
There it
Mercer
is.
threw me off. I am an anteater swarmkeeper ranger with a little bit of warlock for fun, and it always falls to me to say that hey, so because animals are people, guess what are animals? Bugs. And if you don't like bugs, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We love you.
We love
He's
you.
not sorry.
Not
Love you, but
only
He's not
bugs.
sorry.
And we'll get into that in a minute.
Oh,
But before we get to that,
What? Oh shit!
You just say not only bugs.
not
and then
only
stop?
bugs are the animals. Yeah, we'll get back to that in a minute. So I believe Joey, we left off at a rather interesting point for you. I am told that Jackie, you did not watch last week's episode, so you really
No.
don't know what happened, do you?
I'm flying blind.
Y'all ready
Okay.
for the mood to change?
So,
Oh, God.
just to get like some general vibes as to what we were dealing with when Jackie was last here, we were in a terrifying swamp, only made terrifying by the score of frog folk surrounding the swamp, raising this giant slimy creature out of the swamp that then took to a great deal of violent what am I trying to say? It smashed up you guys real good, and also seemed to be assisted by all of these frog folk who threw javelins like it was their job at y'all until we had the events of last week happen. However, the last thing Joey knows is that the mayfly, which had been flying from the spellcaster's sleeve, unbeknownst to Joey, had been hovering over her head for a time, descended, landed on her back, and then, in an absolute flash, Joey disappears, leaving behind a stunned and confused party. And Joey, you look around you, and everything is suddenly this dark shade of blue. You look down at your hand and you see a more light blue hue to yourself, but everything around you is in this dark blue muted landscape. And all of a sudden, all the sounds that you were hearing sound like they're coming from like another room, as if there's a wall between you and the sounds that are occurring. Every time you see this massive giant lift up its fist and smash through the dock, but there's no smash of wood. You're too far away. It's like it all gets caught and muffled far away from you. And that's when you start to notice that flying above your head in a gigantic whirling mass is an absolute nightmare flock of buzzing flies, at the tip of which is this blue fly, and they swirl downward in a tornado formation. Suddenly everything completely engulfs you, but right before it does, you see Zygo and Sven. Zygo in the water, in the middle of the swamp. Sven just behind you on the dock. And you see him look terrified as the flies suddenly just drop and consume you. And then everything goes black. The sounds of the jungle fade. All that there is the sound of ambient darkness all around you. Shadow. Make a perception check.
21.
You see something just at the edge of the darkness. It's sort of like this flowing black texture amidst, again, darkness. So it's like black on black, but there's something ahead of it. And then you hear a creeping voice that, again, feels like it's just bathing your brain, surrounding you in every direction.
Yes. You'll do fine. Joey Robbins. How do you do? I am the Mayfly.
How do you know my name?
I know a great many things.
Stepping out of the darkness, like an angular, misshapen, almost looks like a person on stilts from the front and back. It kind of, as it moves. It's a hooded figure, swathed in flowing black shadow, very, very tall. It towers over you about 9 feet high, very tall and very angular. And just at the edge of the vision, now creeping out of the darkness, you see looming all around you, all encompassing, is this glass, almost completely translucent dome. Can you make a nature check for me?
That's only going to be an 11.
Okay. It looks like it doesn't look like glass. It looks like almost like bug wings surrounding you, whatever the material is. And it reaches out towards you again with this like telepathic connection.
Did you not study me in your classes in Portsau? Those soul priests have cleansed the record more than we thought.
I didn't go to school.
Oh no? Your mother taught you nothing?
She taught me many things, but none of them matter to you. What are you?
I am many things, child. I can do many things. I know many things. Why not put me to the test? Ask away, child. Ask away. What do you wish to know?
What happened to my mom?
Yes. Your mother was taken by Boris Niles.
And? I already knew that.
She lives, Joey.
Where?
You know where.
Is she reachable?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, you have been so very close. And Joey, I can tell you where to find her. And all you must do is make a deal.
What kind of deal?
Lots to shuffle around, sorry. The creature creeps forward, and one shadow-swathed hand looks barbed and horned and gnarled. Extends its hand outward.
Become a vessel, Joey. A vessel of chaos. You wish justice for your family. Your father killed. Your mother taken. All for the suppression of magic and power. I can fix that for you. I can give you more power than you know what to do with. All you have to do is take my hand, Joey Robbins.
My mom kept me locked up my entire life.
Yes. She did.
But I always kept my own brain. I always chose.
And you may choose still. I do not wish to commandeer your body, no. I simply wish to channel my will through you from time to time. An
No.
entryway.
No,
No?
no. I promise that my will always be my own. And my mom doesn't deserve that.
Joey, I gave you a choice. And now you leave me with none.
And suddenly, the creature withers and crushes down on itself, and the darkness swirls before your eyes. You see the jungle once again in front of you, and then there's blackness as you thud to the dock. Later, Joey, you come to. There's a great deal of celebrating around you. Your entire party repeatedly comes up to you and hugs you. Even Sven runs into your arms, and yet it feels like they're 100 yards away from you. You are not able to focus on anything that's said to you. Eventually, you find a few words just to get people away from you. Just you're tired, something doesn't feel right. You just need to sleep it off. And constantly, as you sleep, or as you try to sleep, you're just woken up by this just in the back of your brain. And every time you look or swat, there's nothing there. And then it fades and there's nothing. You take off with the rest of your party, off through the woods with your new friend, Byron. He gets you set up with some dinner. Everybody sits around the fire. Kano is clearly having a harder time of it. She makes her way out to the beach with a jug of wine. And there's exhaustion, so you sort of aren't on anyone's radar right now. And you just feel there's somebody with you on this beach that you end up on. As you are sitting with the jungle behind you and the waves in front of you, you hear that voice just like really quietly and much more weakly, and you don't feel that imposing nature of like you're imprisoned and there's something trapping you, but more like it's more like a plea. But again, it's in the back of your mind and telepathic, so it's nobody else is going to be able to hear this. But while you're laying on the beach,
If you find yourself in trouble, just accept the deal, and I will give you what you want.
You don't know what I want.
and eventually as the sun rises the next day, you start to wake out of your bleary stupor. Everybody hops in the rowboat that Byron has proposed everybody hop into. He rows you along some rocky waters that are a little rougher in this mid-morning to a beachside cove with just a little bit of sand at the entrance. Out front of the entrance, there is a wooden sign. As Byron leaves you on the rowboat, telling you if you follow through the cave, it should get you to Key East without any sort of guard interference whatsoever. He informs you that this is like an old abandoned egress that's been blocked off because it was deemed unsafe. Sure enough, the sign outside reads Carapace Cove, do not enter.
Just wanted to be fancy, George.
Can't wait for all the shirts to come out that say Carapace Cove, wish you were here.
Oh man.
Clean water, beautiful sunshine.
Bunch of carcasses, it's everything you
Would
need.
we like to enter the cove? Not much else to do out here unless we have anything to prepare or get ready to do.
Am I still super out of it?
You are now no longer out of it. You are back to yourself a little bit, but that buzzing, once in a while, it just crops up.
So I think we should go in that cove. Right?
Everybody's deciding.
Um,
What are we thinking,
If
folks?
we are willing to take another 10 minutes, it might be better to go in prepared. Just a little more prepared.
How would we like to prepare? Anything we're casting?
If we're willing to take the 10 minutes to ritual cast, I was gonna do one of those.
Yeah, totally. We can take 10 minutes at the entrance. Zygo stops everybody. He's got to take care of something really quick. What do you do, Zygo?
Much like he did on the beach before we left to get into the rowboat, Zygo will sort of wade. I assume the cove is sort of like knee deep. The water extends into this cove.
So the water actually does not extend up onto this. You're on sand right now, and then the cove looks like it's wet rock. So
Okay.
maybe at a different tide there's water, or something else. There's maybe some other source of water. But
Got you.
yeah,
Just-
not up
Just
the
to be
water.
safe, Zygo will go into the ocean again, up to about his knees.
Okay.
And just sort of live in the water for a sec, feel the ripple of the tide as the moon and the pull of the lunar bodies sort of moves the tide around him. And we'll take the 10 minutes to cast Water Walk on the party. So that for the next hour, any liquid you can walk on top of.
I'd
Wow,
love to see it.
that
Okay.
is fucking bonkers. Okay, all of you start to feel this odd tension in your feet, sort of like an anti-magnet sensation as you walk over the wet ground, and you feel yourself have the option, should you step a particular way, to stand on the water and the surf. When you guys experiment with the waves, you feel yourself sort of pick up as the waves slide underneath your feet. It's very uncomfortable, but you get used to it pretty quick. And your feet just sort of feel hydrophobic from the bottoms. Anything else anybody would like to do to prep?
Have I long rested at this point?
Yes, you have. You can add a long rest to your sheet. All right, in we go.
What's the sneakiest way we can get in here?
If we don't like to roll stealth checks, we absolutely can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can also,
Are
if
you
we're feeling really
sure?
paranoid,
No,
I can bump us a little.
Do you think
25.
needed?
Oh, if people are already rolling, then it's too late.
Oh, never mind.
No, you're good.
This is on you, Jackie. Oh, and I have to
I
roll
didn't know that was
disadvantage,
how it
huh?
worked.
Oh, I do
Yes, you
too,
do.
because I'm my first three
Oh, that's
skill check, my first
right.
5 skill checks today
Oh wait, I
that
have
are
a
physical
um,
skills.
What are
Yep.
mine?
Yep.
I
Oh,
have
you got food
advantage.
poisoned.
I have advantage on my first ability check, so it's just null and void.
Yes, so just a straight roll for stealth. Yes.
Is Sven around?
Sven is around. Sven is at your side.
Huh.
He is not dead. He gave you a hug
Thanks,
after you
guys.
fell.
Thanks, guys.
We've been telling
Oh,
Jackie
we've
that
been telling
Sven
Jackie
died.
Sven died.
Fuck all of you. That
In
was
a way,
mean.
in a way
I
he
forgot
did.
that reveal. Oh, wow.
In a way he did, and I'll just leave you with that and explain
I
nothing
hate
further.
all of you. I panicked.
Sven is
I-
fully at your side now. Yes. He is concerned about you. And
Joey gives him the biggest hug, thrilled that he was standing next to
he
her.
is taken aback by that because previously you'd sort of like shunned him off a little bit when you were sort of in your bizarre little stupor. But he is happy that you're back. He hugs you back. Make an insight check for me.
Not bad. 19.
You immediately detect a lot less animosity from Zygo towards Sven. Zygo's just like no longer given like side huffy looks when he looks at Sven. and Sven isn't avoiding Zygo either.
I knew you didn't kill him.
Oh, that is what we told Jackie.
landed on
Zygo finally snapped and killed Sven.
It still happened, gang. Nothing's impossible.
Joey looks up and gives Zygo like a little smile and a nod, which he may not understand why, but there's a friendliness there that he may not have experienced before from Joey or recently.
He probably gets it.
Okay.
I rolled a 17 on my stealth check, and I'm just really proud of myself. I want
Hey,
everyone
look
to
at
know.
that. What's everybody else's stealth check? Let me
Yeah,
hear
that's
them.
great.
8.
Thank you.
8. Okay, Zaza.
Slightly worse than Zaza at a 7 for Zygo.
Okay, yeah, it's not great, folks.
Oh,
And how about
no.
Dylan?
21.
Nesbit for 21. Okay.
Sneaky
Folks, if we could all turn over to our map
Ooh, baby.
after traveling a
George,
ways into
it's
the cave.
6:34.
It's oh my god. Okay.
What?
The sounds of the jungle fade away, and then soon, too, do the waves. And we find ourselves deep, deep, deep within a shadowy, wet, dark cave. Folks with dark vision. It is dark as hell in here, but you guys can see. If you do not have dark vision, it is pitch black in here.
Well,
We
I
need
can't
lights.
see.
I can't see
Can I-
anything.
Can I be in the front for
Yes,
this?
you can.
Well, I was gonna light a torch. Does it look like we're alone? Can I light something?
Can Zygo with his dark vision do a quick scan of the area, see if it seems like we're alone?
You make a perception check for me. It's going to be hearing based.
Oh, great.
Sexy.
Oh, wow.
18.
Can I also do
18.
a perception
Nice.
check?
You may,
I will
yes.
too.
19.
Never mind. 6.
Okay. Okay, so Zaza immediately in the front, and Zygo tripping over a rock. Just like a clang, 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 clang from Zygo tripping over a rock into who also rolled bad on stealth?
Zaza.
Oh,
Yeah.
into Zaza, who has also stomped everyone, and shh, a big shh, and everyone, you just hear little. From deep within the cave.
This is the animal thing.
Both of you two make a nature check for me.
George, if these are acid roaches, I swear to hog.
They're more acid roaches.
7.
Oh, God.
19.
19. And what did you roll, Zaza?
17.
Both of you guys look at each other and know immediately. Some big old crabs in here.
Oh.
Crabs are very territorial, exceptionally
Stations.
aggressive, and are very large, especially if left undomesticated. So, do we have a torch going up? It's going to be like around the bend here.
Probably better for all of us to see than not. I feel, given my stomach, I will probably give away our position sooner rather than later, so...
Okay. Before I reveal what the oh fuck, shoot. What the torch reveals. Sometimes roll 20 is a little finicky. Everybody go ahead and put your characters in the bottom left-hand corner of the map here.
Alrighty.
Oh, my Lord.
Let's assume, and then also, for the sake of moving smoothly through all of this, we are going to roll an initiative order as well. So everybody go ahead and roll some initiative for me.
For no reason, though. It's
For
just
no
for fun.
reason.
Does initiative count as the second, like, physical-based check that I would be rolling today?
It does.
Amazing.
Dave, do you have
Sure.
the four-telescope?
I do have the... I have that on.
Zaza, are you having an okay time dragging your thing over?
I'm trying.
No
Holy
worries.
shit.
So you're gonna.
Oh, shoot.
What's wrong?
I just backspaced on the page, and so it went away.
No worries. I dragged Zaza out, and you can tell me if you can move her, and if not, you can drag her over in a second. All right.
Allie Bloom says, "Do we think it's the crab from Moana?" And I love that idea. It's covered in money and weaponry.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
only a good
my
thing.
Jack gets to shiner.
All right, let's reveal what the torch reveals.
I got a 13 on my initiative.
A
Lucky
13
number
is good.
13.
In a second, I will hold out a little spot for you guys to type your initiatives down. Yeah.
Cool.
All right,
Oh,
here we
boy.
go. Observe
Oh my god.
Observe.
Oh no.
this crabby hell I have in store for you.
Oh, there's so many crabs.
my god.
Let's make a crabby patty.
Carapace.
All right, everybody, go ahead.
Jamaica.
One day we'll get him on here.
Kano, what was your initiative?
13, baby.
13, great. Joey, what was your initiative?
17.
17, awesome. Hold on, my holy shit, guys. When I say roll 20 is bugging, it is really
It's
bugging.
bugging.
My bad. It's just like bouncing me to like the top part of the map constantly, and I'm trying to be on the bottom here, dog. Okay, let's add a turn for Joey when it allows me to. All right. Sorry guys, we'll get faster. Joey, what was your initiative roll?
17.
17, beautiful. Dylan, what about Nesbit?
Nat 20 for a 24.
Ooh, 24, big hoss.
Hey.
Zygo, how about for you, sir?
At disadvantage, 28.
Hot
Wow.
diggity damn. Sven, what's Sven rolling? Sven rolled a nat 20 for a 23.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Sven.
All right. Zaza, what was your initiative roll?
13.
13.
With advantage.
With advantage. Oh no.
Wow.
And that's all of our PCs, correct? Let's get some crab rolls.
I'm not on the list, but
Yes, you are. You're at the top.
oh, not on.
She's on mine.
Oh,
Mine.
Should I reload? I'm not on yours.
Right here? Huh.
I don't see me
Oh
on
wait,
the little
Kana's
list.
not on mine. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Jackie.
Let
No,
me.
no.
I just deleted it. Let me try and add a new one.
okay,
what was your thing?
13.
13.
I mean 23.
Haha. Ha 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 ha.
Mhm.
84.
Okay, perfect. Now let me get the crabs initiative, which is going to be 18. Okay, folks. So first up in the order, Zygo.
So, Zygo is going to, as the cold air of the sort of water brushes over him, crystallize it around him as he casts Armor of Agathis at 2nd level.
Armor of Agathis from Zygo, absolutely. So what's that look like?
Literally the water moisture in the air, sort of as it hits his cold skin, crystallizes into icy armor all around him. And then as a bonus action, Zygo will, the lights will start to dart up in and around the ice as he activates his starry form, trickling down his right arm to form a sort of an archer arrow pattern. And when I do that as a bonus action, I can attack on that first action. So he will then shoot an archer beam at the nearest crab. Let's go with this guy over here, this sort of outlier guy right there.
Gotcha, yeah.
Hell yeah. So here comes that beam. That is a 26 to hit.
It sure does.
Hell yeah.
Is this Starry Form Archer?
This is the Starry Form Archer.
Got it.
And that crab is going to take 10 radiant damage.
Noise.
Yeah, it will.
The crab reels and it doesn't make any noise, but you do see like an abundance of bubbles start to appear from its mouth as it doesn't shriek, it silently crab shrieks. This thing looks terrible. Looks like its whole front has been seared with radiant energy.
All right, let us stay close together. Do not get surrounded by any of these, and that will be Zygo's turn.
Okay, next up we have Nesbit.
All right, Nesbit will just take out it. Just the light illuminates them. He'll just take out a crossbow and shoot the one that Zygo just shot.
Okay, go ahead, roll your attack.
Actually, bonus action Hunter's Mark first, and then
Sure.
I'll do that. Ooh, not great. That is going to be a 12 to hit.
12 to hit is a miss. Yeah, the crossbow just sort of thunks right off of this thing's shell, like, boom, and then it just cracks and shatters the little bolt on the as it impacts on the carapace.
All right, second
next.
attack.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's what happens when I roll a 3. Okay, 18 hit.
18 is a hit. Roll your damage.
Okay. Gathered swarm for the extra d6.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Overkill, but okay, that's gonna be 11 points of damage.
Describe it.
Oh yeah. The arrow just goes sailing through the crab and just like pins it down. And I think Nesbit will just back up one space for a second, and that's it.
Okay, perfect. Sven.
And I'll move my hunter's mark over to this one.
Sven will ready an action for if something approaches him, he will try to punch it because he is completely useless in combat, as far as he knows. Then, following after, Sven will take the dodge action, essentially.
Nice.
Joey, go ahead. Your turn.
Oh, okay. Joey is going to, I have a question, George.
Yes.
Well, I'm trying to use my movement. It's not working. Okay, pretend I'm moving my character. Because I wasn't moving my character. If I move to here, and then I take the hide action, a hide bonus action, is there like a crevice for me to kind of poke into?
So no cover that you can find in this room. No, you are going to be in plain sight there.
Right in front of it?
That's too bad. There might have been like a little rock hole. So
There can always be a crevice.
Not gonna do
Everything
that.
is a crevice if you believe it's a crevice.
Oh Lord. Instead, Joey is going to cast. She's gonna hold up her hands and go, Havasabi, and then shoot fire out of her fingers towards them as she casts Burning Hands.
Okay, burning hands, absolutely.
Nice.
Roll that. What's the? Is he got to make a save? Is that
Yeah,
what it
it's
is?
14 dex.
Okay, got it. 1 second. 14 dex save. Surprisingly, these crabs are quite dexterous. That is going to be a 19 to save.
Oof.
Damn it. Oh, I think they take half damage though.
Okay, go ahead and roll that damage.
So that's gonna be.
Do you staying where you were from before?
Yes, I'm gonna stay with my friends. That's gonna be a 10, so a 5.
5, gotcha. So these guys will take 5 damage each here. And I actually skipped all the crabs' turn, so you got a little, got one in there, but here we go. And the crabs immediately, as all of this light suddenly enters the space, at first they recoil slightly, raising these massive meaty claws up to block the light, and then the only thing they can do if something starts to encroach upon their territory, they all begin to charge en masse. Okay, their speed is going to be 30 feet, so right away,
Good.
1, 2, jumps down from this little elevated platform here, 3, then we have a little surprise.
Love it
There
when
are
you say that.
several more that start to crawl out of the water,
Ooh, you love that.
previously hidden.
We hate to see it.
Yay.
Cool.
These guys will then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 start to pile up on the doorway, observing a little bit as they start to realize it's all a little bit too packed up. And these crabs here will sort of take up defensive positions with their claws as they take dodge actions.
Wait, George,
All of the ones that are not at you will have disadvantage on all attacks against them.
George,
Yes, what was the question?
remember how we were talking about like that opportunity attack or something?
Yes, the
Yeah.
opportunity attack is when somebody leaves your space of engagement. Right now, somebody just entered it, and you do not get an opportunity attack for that, but good question. Let's get to the enemy attack, shall we? Let's do some damage to our PCs.
Oh no.
All right.
We love that.
Do we
Get some
have
fresh
to?
and fun music on it. All right, first attack is going to be against Zaza, not raging, so this is going to be full damage if these are hits. Only a 7 to hit Zaza. No, nothing. Let's go for an attack on Joey. That's going to be a 14 to hit Joey.
No!
Nothing. Another attack on Joey.
Barely.
A 17 to hit Joey.
Yes.
Okay, that is going to be a
Spirit
hit.
shield? Can I do spirit shield?
You sure can.
I can also uncanny dodge it.
Oh,
So this could maybe do nothing.
So that is going to be 6 bludgeoning damage as this claw clamps around you.
Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge. You only get, it just gets your, just the bottom part of your foot. So instead of getting your whole leg, so you only take 3 bludgeoning damage. However, you are grappled.
oh.
His
All right.
Favorite thing.
Next up, Zygo.
Oh, but that's it. That's it for the Krabby Crabs.
You got one more on you.
It's attacking me.
Yes, it's attacking you. It's a 15 to hit you.
That will miss.
Okay, great. That is going to be it for the Krabby Crabs. Now it is Zaza.
Yeah. Okay. Rage. I'm
Rage.
What
What do you say as you rage?
Crab. Okay.
Yeah, boom.
So I'm using the maul to hit the one.
Ooh, let's crack some shells.
Yeah. Cracking crab. Oh shoot. Okay. Sorry. Let me pull it up. I should have been ready. Maul. Clicking it. Okay. I got. Oh shit. Party. Wait.
It's all right.
I
Roll
roll
the
a
attack
d20
first.
first, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
roll-
If you plus
roll
the
the
plus bonus that it says next to the maul, that will roll the d20 for you.
Oh. Okay.
The hit or slash DC number.
Thank you.
That one.
So what'd
So
you get on that?
18,
18 is a hit. Roll damage.
And then I rolled 12 for damage.
12 damage. Boom.
Oh,
You
yeah.
slam this thing.
Ugh.
Describe it.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, Zaza actually looks pumped to do this, and it's like very juicy. It's very, very juicy.
Boom. This thing drops in like a big heap on the ground. Crab is completely dead on impact. You have another attack, Zaza.
Yeah, I want to attack that one that's in front of Joey.
Right there. Go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, so roll.
Both of these look previously singed by Joey's attack as well.
I got a nat 20, so
Nat
12.
20!
Oh.
So you're gonna roll damage. Tell me what it is.
I got. Oh wait, what the?
Just as
Oh,
normal.
20.
I don't know if you rolled a 20.
It says
It-
critical.
Oh, wait.
It did it with its crit. It actually added the crit.
Oh, it added the crit. Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
20 damage. Describe it.
Dope.
Another extremely juicy crab, and you know what? Yeah, Zaza gets a little eats a part of it too.
Okay. Eats a little part of it. Make a Constitution save.
Oh no. Okay, what have I done? Let's see.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's kind of nested. Okay, Constitution save.
Yes.
I'm so ready. Can I use a luck point because I got
You get to add +3 because you're by me.
Yeah.
Oh. No, but it's still a 12.
12
Alright.
saves. You're good. It's delicious. Do you have any health gone?
No.
Okay, you would have gained 1 health point.
Cool.
All right.
You should all
Moving
eat
on.
the crabs.
Eat the crab.
Zygo.
I think it's.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's
It's Kano. It's
Kano.
Kano.
I
My
get
bad.
that you don't like me, George, but really now it's obvious, and I have my feelings hurt.
I'm looking in the square and I was rotating. I wasn't looking at the turn order. That's my bad. Go ahead.
Hannah's gonna cry, and
And then kill crabs.
she's gonna kill a crab in sadness. Kano will go ahead and hit the crab right in front of Nesbit.
Nice.
with a
All right.
friggin'
Go
sword.
ahead.
Let's do it. Okay. Nope, not a spell. Not today. Here we are. Ooh, 26.
26. Roll your damage.
Yeah. Ooh, 10 damage.
10 damage. This thing enters in through a little part between the carapace. The crab again bubbles at the mouth, but does not go down. It does look like it is in death throes already, though.
Then I will. Can I? Am I able to hit the crab that's just past it, or no?
Oh, if you throw a javelin, you could.
I'll just kill this one. Okay. I'm gonna hit it. It's a 10.
A 10 is a miss. This time, Clang just kind of blushes off the crab, like ching ching parries you with its big ol' meaty claw. One big fat claw. Anything else you want to do?
Time's not on your side, crab. That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay. Next up is Zygo.
Zygo will pull his stone quarterstaff from his pack, slam it into the ground as a bonus action, making it glow purple with shillelagh.
Gonna catch Shillelagh. Okay, got it.
And then after it glows, it immediately catches flame. The purple changes to a green as he casts Green Flame Blade to attack the nearest crab.
Okay, go ahead, roll your attack.
Okie dokie. That is that plus the thing. That is a 23 to hit.
Yes, so the staff glows with energy from Shillelagh. Boom, there is a smash as the crab is hit. And then go ahead and roll damage because you also cast Green Flame Blade, correct?
I did. So the
Okay.
crab takes, he takes, to start, 6 bludgeoning damage and 2 fire damage, so 8 damage to the first crab.
Okay, perfect, got it. 8
and
damage
then
to the first crab,
the
which
fire-
is this one?
The one right in front of me, the one that Kano hit.
Okay, that one's dead.
And then the flame jumps over to the crab next to him, and that crab takes 7 fire damage.
Okay,
Nice.
perfect. 7 fire damage for that guy. That is the one grappling Joey. It also starts to bubble at the mouth profusely. Next up is Nesbit.
Okay, I will shoot the one that's right in front of Joey.
Go ahead.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
We are taking care of you.
That's going to be 21. to
Yes,
hit.
that is a hit. Roll your damage.
Okay. That's going to be 11 points of damage.
Describe it.
Oh yeah, it
Gross.
just completely decimates it.
Completely decimates it.
Does one of my I forget? Did one of these have my hex on it or no? I mean, my
one of them
hunter's
was
mark?
hunter's marked already. You can move it as a bonus action.
I know. But I mean, was one of the ones that we just killed, or because I had it over here? Okay,
yes,
so
one of the ones you had killed.
I'll save that for later. I think I'm going to bonus action Zephyr Strike.
Okay, got it.
Oh.
I think I can't split up the actions though, so I'll just attack the one right in front of me first.
Okay.
But that is what I'm doing. That's a 17 to hit.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
Okay, gather swarm, extra d6.
I hate all the bug sounds that are
That's gonna
happening.
be 14 points of damage.
Describe it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nesbit's
just
back.
completely just right through the eye. Nesbit then just casts Zephyr Strike. The ants go right to his feet, completely invisible, and he just starts skating through. No attacks of opportunity, so he's just gonna 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So that black line at the opposite end of this blue river here, by the way, the river is about 2 feet deep, and it appears to be coming from a hole to the left here that is, again, about 1.5 feet off the ground. Just looks like a 1.5 foot low tunnel where water is very gently lapping and streaming into like a little underwater river. Moving very slowly though, and it gets to be about 2 feet here and then levels off. That's what you notice as soon as you enter the water. Up here, it's a 10-foot incline.
Okay. Well, we're walking on water.
Yeah, so you are standing
yeah.
atop this water,
Cool.
correct? So no, otherwise this would have been full difficult terrain, but it is not.
Hell
And,
yeah.
and I will
Yes.
just, I think since it's just to get some vantage, it's like gonna be 10 feet to hop up.
Yes.
Okay, take 10 feet. So that was only like 40 feet of movement. And I'll just, I know I'm probably gonna take some attacks, but I'll just still go to like right here.
Okay, got it.
And that's my turn.
That's Nesbit's turn. Next up is Sven, who, feeling emboldened, rushes up in front of everybody, pulls out a knife that he stole from Joey,
No.
Oh, Sven.
and will make an attack against
Sven,
this
you-
crab.
You dear boy.
Just so everybody knows, Sven has 28 points.
Oh, fuck.
That's it?
And his AC with no armor right now is 13.
George. Don't put the kid
comes
in
the
danger.
attack. A nat 20.
Yes,
Oh.
Sven!
Fuck yeah!
Yes, Ben.
Fuck
You
yeah!
go.
That's
And
all
There
roll
you
right.
go.
max
That's what I'm
damage.
talking
So
about.
Max
that
damage?
is-
Oh, hell
That's
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
He just gets like right up in there with this with this dagger. unsheaths the little dagger. It's very big for him. That's the sound it makes in his ears. And then stabs this crab right between the claw. It bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. It takes 10 damage on the nat 20.
Sven!
Still alive, though.
It's
Nicely
almost like
done,
we.
Sven.
It's almost like we
Meanwhile-
lost Sven last time.
This crab responds in kind, facing off with Sven,
No,
while
Sven.
all of the others run like fuck.
Oh, good.
Oh, they're going somewhere else.
Yeah, man, yeah. Or something else is coming.
Oh, I gotta zoom out.
Oh dear God!
Oh no.
Please don't zoom out.
Why?
Why would you zoom out? That sounds like a
I know we've
horrible
only
idea.
seen not even a quarter of this map, George, but let's keep it that way.
Yeah, we're just gonna zoom out. I gotta take this guy away for a moment, but he'll be back. Don't worry.
Oh, cool.
Thanks.
Don't worry, he'll be back. There he is.
Now might be a
Oh, yay.
for that spirit shield against the child.
And so begins this crab's onslaught of Sven.
No,
Here comes the attack.
Well, it might miss.
It is a 22 to hit.
Or it
It
might
hits.
hit.
It is 6 damage to Sven.
Use the shield.
Spirit shield.
Spirit Shield,
She
go
said
ahead
it
and
the
roll those
second the attack started
2d6.
happening.
Spirit shield, spirit shield.
Yeah, bonus action. Oh god. Sorry. Reaction. I can't find it right now. Oh, I found Spirit Shield. So if you're raging, you can roll 2d6. Okay, 1, 2, roll. And I got 8.
Oh.
The
Sven,
crab
game,
claw tries to crush Sven's little head in its claws. It looks like Sven will certainly die a gruesome death. And then there's just like a boof of energy, and it completely doesn't work. And Sven thinks it's him and realizes he's a god. Next up, next up is going to be Joey.
Joey goes, no! And runs over and immediately jumps on the crab, attacking Sven with her dagger. And it should be a sneak attack because Sven is standing.
It
within
is. Roll
5
your
feet.
attack.
Oh, it was really good. That's a 27.
27 is a hit. Roll your damage.
Cool beans. That's gonna be
Cool beans.
Sorry, I lost my D6.
The D6.
18 damage.
Yeah.
Describe it.
Oh, great. Joey goes, never attack Sven again! And then the last one just sinks the dagger into the chink between the crab's head and its armor, and then slices the head off. And then wonders if she now uses her magical dagger to speak, will she sound like a
No.
crab?
No.
Okay, well that's too
The
bad.
dagger does not activate on this. Nothing does happen, unfortunately.
Jesus.
Anything else going down? Any
Uh,
movement?
Probably go over to join Nesbit.
Okay, perfect. You join Nesbit, who is skating atop his invisible ants. Next up is Zaza.
There are. Wait, we're still rolling, so that means that potentially there are monsters.
Potentially, yes. Really quick, can everybody make a perception check for me?
Yeah.
Out of combat. This is going to be out of combat.
Out of combat.
14.
4.
22.
22. Anybody higher than 22?
No.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. 22, Nesbit. When you get over, like the crabs run for a second, and you just hear, I'm just going to tell you what you hear. It's up to you to investigate it. There is a whistling sound coming from underneath this tunnel, as if it goes to like outside, or there is like some kind of path all the way through to outside. And just a little bit, you hear like a, what would the sound be? Like a very low and resonant creaking.
Do I recognize the sound? Can I make a nature check or something to see? Or...
Go ahead and make a history check.
History check, okay. All right. Ooh, okay. History.
Can I give you a luck point?
No, I mean that's.
No.
I'm fine. I think. for what I can do. 13.
13. You're not sure.
Okay. Does anyone hear that? A creaking sound?
30.
When it's pointed out, anybody with a 15 or higher can hear it and may make a history check to determine if they know it. Did anybody roll a 15 or higher? Yes, Joey.
But my history check's not very good. It's just an 11.
Okay, yeah, you're not sure what it is either.
Can I use a luck point?
You can use a luck point if you want to retroactively use a luck point on that. Sure.
And roll another perception check?
Another perception check. Go ahead.
My goodness, it just doesn't want me to do it. 12.
No good. Yeah, you also can't hear it, unfortunately. Okay.
Ew.
There's a reason that they all left like that. This does not feel good. We should... And where am I hearing it come from, George?
From through the tunnel, as if it's happening like on the other side of whatever this little 1.5 foot tall tunnel above the river that's coming into the cove.
Right, and do we have any idea of how we're supposed to get through this? Is that the clear path forward for us, or?
No, actually, I sorry. I was so sorry. I didn't realize I hadn't showed you this. As you come around the corner, Nesbit, you're going to see a bit more.
I don't think I can fit through that tunnel.
It's still your turn, Nesbit.
Yeah, I'll just say, I need people I can't see too, I think we just need to stick together and move forward. But this is probably going to get very bad.
What this is new?
I suggest we do not go towards the sound that we just heard, if we can help it.
Did the crabs run towards this water?
They ran this way.
Like up and away from us?
Like down here.
Oh, down into this.
Away from the noise.
This way.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, away from the noise.
Everybody roll an insight check.
Oh, goodness.
We love it. I did good. Well. 21.
22.
Okay,
Oh.
it's pretty apparent to you guys that the crabs fled because you were destroying them. It probably doesn't have anything to do with this creaking. This creaking only became audible when the crab chittering stopped.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Could have been there before.
Yeah. All right. So we keep moving.
Yeah.
All right.
I am now casting 10 feet of bright light, 10 feet of dim light. So if people want to stick around me just to be able to see in this thing.
See.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We'll do.
We also have a torch going too.
Yeah.
Who's holding the torch?
Kano, you lit it, right?
Light it.
Yeah.
All right, so no shield then in that case, Kano.
Then I put it down.
Okay. Or you can throw it on your back. Put the torch
Okay.
down.
Yeah. I
Okay,
want
so
torch.
that means you guys have 10 feet of bright light.
Unless
Got
someone
it.
else wants the torch, who doesn't.
You can give it to Sven.
Here,
Oh, yeah.
Sven, can you hold this? You little
Sven
good at light.
looks very confident,
Perfect.
Thanks, buddy.
and he takes the lead.
No,
Oh,
Sven.
No.
Or he
Sven,
prepares
no.
to take the lead.
No, Sven.
Nesbit, anything else you want to do with your turn in terms of movement?
We're still in turn order.
Yes,
no,
we are still
I'm
moving
just,
turn
I'm just gonna wait for everyone to be together. I'm not gonna start going ahead.
Okay, in that case, Sven will just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 move forward. He is water walking. Did you cast water walk on Sven?
I cast it on everyone in the party, which I assume includes
Great.
Sven.
Yes.
That'd be a real dick move if he was
Huge
like, you know what?
oversight.
Terrible.
And walking atop the
yeah,
water,
you have to
Sven
channel
starts to
it.
disappear into this area with the trench. And as he walks, he illuminates.
We are certainly not dissuading him of the fact that he is a god as he walks on water across.
Yeah.
he reveals
Oh my
Sven.
god.
No.
several of these little buggers.
Sven, you silly bitch.
And that wasn't the
rounds that one.
plan.
Sven, did you not hear when I said everybody stay close to me? We did not want anyone to be surrounded. Did you not listen for that part?
Apparently
I said
not.
it very clearly.
Apparently not. Apparently you just went forward.
All right,
my
that is Sven's
persuasion
turn.
is very
Next
low.
up are the crabs,
Oh, come on.
Oh, Jesus.
who continue to flee.
Oh.
Well, they did recoil from the light at first.
Yeah, but then they attacked.
These crabs might be are still riding the fear of, oh my god, these things are way more powerful than us. Joey, go ahead and take your turn.
Joey is going to run up to Sven and say, Sven, wait for me next time, okay? We go together. Sven.
Sven Sven is marching ahead proudly with the fire.
No, Sven.
Anything else?
Joey just keeps pace.
Okay, perfect. Next up is Zaza.
Yeah, I'm definitely going ahead of the little ones.
Okay, got it.
I can't move my person though.
Now you can move your person. Go ahead and move that one.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, can I go in front of them like that?
You can go ahead. How much movement do you have? You definitely have enough for that.
Okay.
Are you ending your rage?
Oh, do I have to end my rage?
I think
You
you
don't
do.
attack.
You are
If
going
you
to have to
don't
end your rage,
attack or
unfortunately. Yeah.
Take damage.
Oh no, I want to attack these little runners. Where can I find them?
None in your sight, unfortunately. Let me see how fast you can move. So you've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. Your move speed is 45, correct?
Uh-huh.
So even if you double move, oh my god. This goddamn roll 20, man.
Love to see it.
If she double
That's
moves,
as
so she
far
can't
as you can
attack.
move, and you cannot attack if you're that far.
I can't see anything additional.
Not because the flight hasn't reached there yet.
Yeah,
You do have dark vision.
Yeah, so
You do see some movement in water ahead of you. I'll let you call
can I
out the
try to
general
javelin
shape of
it?
everything.
Can I try to javelin it?
No,
You can,
no,
yeah.
if-
Go ahead and
wait,
make.
If she
and
double moved, that was the action, right?
Oh.
Yes, that is the whole action. So unfortunately, yeah, you do not have an
Okay,
attack.
so then my rage ends.
Yeah.
And your rage does end. Yes, so one of your rages is gone.
Uh,
Next up is going to be Zygo.
No,
Zygo-
it's not. It's me.
I'm sorry.
George!
Do you know why though? It's because Zygo is highlighted green, and he's the only. He's like the thing my eye immediately goes to, and you and Zaza now are below my scroll line. So I'm sorry. So Kano, go ahead.
So get
Excuse.
fucked, Hannah.
Thank you for paying attention and knowing when it's your turn. That's great. I appreciate it. I need the help.
Thanks. I will. Okay, so we're like 100% not going towards the creepy boat, like wooden noise.
Seemingly.
It is your turn to do with what you
talk
will.
about it, but
And it's coming from there.
Yes.
Well, either or. I'm a slow ass goose. So 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I get there. Can I like take a little peek into the hole? Like what's going on in there?
You can make a perception check if you want to take a look. Do you have dark vision?
No?
Do you have any light source with you?
Zygo's nearby.
Hello.
He's not close enough to that, but you can go ahead and make a perception check anyway at disadvantage.
Maybe I'll get 2 nat 20s. It'll be super cool.
Hannah.
I got 1 nat 20. That's really heartbreaking. 11.
11. So you don't see anything, but you do hear with that nat 20, and technically for hearing it wouldn't be. You hear that Ship Hole Creek after it's pointed out as well. No other information I can give you though. Sorry, Ship Hole Creek is the name of the audio file I played. That's why I said that. It
Okay.
might be a ship. It might be like movement of rocks.
Like a giant Jenga game.
It could be the throaty rumblings of something large.
Right.
Hard to tell.
Right.
Okay, so your action is the perception check. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I guess I've fully moved, so I'm
Okay,
good.
great. Next up, we go right down, back up to Zygo.
All right. Zygo will try and glance down this thing too, but can I disadvantage bonus action it?
You can.
Cool.
Disadvantage?
That is a 15 to try and see down
15.
that, and I have 120 feet of dark vision.
Okay. The water is more choppy the further it goes into this tunnel. It feels like once it like hits the roof of this thing, it's starting to level out and become a little smoother, but it's rougher further down the tunnel. And because of that, these like little white caps of water kind of make it really hard to see what's going on, other than the fact that you can see that a little further in, this room really opens up to something. You only get a couple glimpses every once in a while. Again, your light is only shining a few feet in, and your dark vision only shows so much.
So far. I wonder if there was something... There is nothing saying that we could not come back, right? For now, it seems better probably to protect the children, I will say to Kano. And then I will use my action to dash, because that was my bonus action at disadvantage. So I'll use my action to dash. I move 25 feet. That means I have 60, so I have 35 feet left to move.
Okay.
To right into the water. Shablamo.
Great. And Hannah, since you were making that perception check at disadvantage anyway, you could have just done it as a bonus action, technically. So if you want to go ahead and move 25 more feet as if you had taken a dash action, you can go ahead and do that now.
Sure, I appreciate that.
Nesbit.
Yeah, Nesbit will just, as he's kind of climbing back down, or, yeah, I guess he'll just climb back down and just says to everyone, just so everyone knows, please don't run too far, there may be a bigger one that they're retreating towards. As always.
As always.
As always.
Well, that's just what his life has been in the woods.
Of course,
There's
yeah,
always a
you're
bigger
used
one.
to that dichotomy for sure.
And I guess, I mean, yeah, that's all he's really gonna do. Is
Okay.
just move, and I guess just double move, yeah.
Sven will also charge up.
Jesus.
God damn it,
10,
Sven.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
What
40,
do you-
45,
so, like,
50, 55,
physically-
Did they have
60.
command? Yeah.
No, I guess we got to just grapple him.
You gotta grab him.
Yeah.
Luckily, though, Sven is going to reveal the entire next chamber.
Ooh.
Even now, as Sven does this, you start to see crabs disappearing underneath the water that appears to be darker colored and much deeper.
How would we have done this without Zygo's spell? Like,
I gotta tell you, it really surprised me.
We would have
Oh my
swum and
God.
it would have been bad.
It would have been much
Wow.
harder. In fact, it would have been comically harder, and that was the goal.
And none of the like on the sides of the
Okay.
river is illuminated because that's still
Are those like
Shatter.
walls?
They are walls, from what you can see. Yes, all the way around it looks like a total dead end, and in front of you here is just like rocks are absolutely stacked as if there's been a cave in, or it honestly looks like a purposeful cave in, as if somebody was trying to block whatever's in this cave from getting out. Sven
cave.
rushes forward and waves everybody on as these crabs just be like bloop, 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 disappear underneath the water. And now it is Joey's turn.
Oh my gosh. Joey's going right to Sven.
All right, go ahead and put yourself wherever you'd like to be.
Oh.
Someone get a baby leash.
Yes,
and put it on
genuinely.
Sven.
Yeah, can we get just a Disneyland baby leash for Sven?
And Joey says, "Stop moving so fast. You promised to wait for me."
Sven rolls his eyes and huffs, and then finally nods, and he will stick with Joey.
Better?
Anything else, Joey?
That's it.
Joey, Zaza, go ahead, and then Kano.
I'm gonna take my full move action.
Okay, go ahead. Where would you like to move?
I want to go as far as I can, so I can I go up to the rocks?
Yeah, so let's see on the ruler here. This is where you started, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you want to go 90 feet,
Yeah.
yes, you can go right there. Are you just going to take the
Jesus.
straightest path there?
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk out on this little rocky outcropping here. Oh, gotta do my selector. Right here. You step onto the water very gingerly. And as soon as you do, I'm going to move you back here. It gets real bad. And it gets real bad. Suddenly, the rock that was in front of you here starts to shift. And this big, toothed, gnarly maw opens up in the stalagmite that was sticking out of the water. And as it starts to unfurl, a big, juicy-looking yellow eyeball opens up. And then these thick little tendrils start to lie into the water, splashing a bit as this thing comes to life.
Hate that. Hate all of that.
So I can't rage again, or I can?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
you can. It was your action to move. You could bonus action
Uh,
rage. Ooh,
It
Jesus.
absolutely is your turn. However, this thing is going to ready to action attack you.
What is this thing?
And it is these tendrils are going to suddenly just whip out at you. Okay, so this is going to be 4 attacks against you.
What?
And I can't. Can I spirit shield them?
For damage, you can spirit shield yourself. Yes, we are back
Wonderful.
around in combat, so you do have that available to yourself. The
Okay.
first attack is going to be a 22 to hit.
And my armor class is 15.
Yeah, that
It
hits.
is 15, yes. Oh, sorry. This is, yes, so it's a 15, so that's definitely a hit. You are now grappled as this tendril whips all the way around you and pins your arms to your side. You are restrained. Which means you are going to have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
And attack.
Now, as it reels you in, it tries to bite you with its big, open, gaping maw. That is going to be another, that's a 23 to hit you.
Okay.
Okay, this thing absolutely does hit. That is going to be 8, 13, 17 piercing damage.
But
And
I
you are-
am spirit shielding myself.
You are spirit shielding yourself, so 17 piercing damage. Zaza reacts, throwing your hands up instinctually. How much damage do you reduce?
Reduce 7.
So, only 10 piercing damage as the teeth are slowed by the energy that springs up around your midsection, and then the teeth just barely sink in. That is going to be this thing's turn. I will now roll its initiative to determine where in the order it's going to go. And
you can still rage, Natasha.
yes, you've only used your move action. You actually still have your full attack and your rage for your bonus action if you want.
I'm raging.
This thing is going to be a 7 in the initiative order.
Cool.
So it's actually going to go again after Cano.
Cano.
Oh.
So I'm raging, and then
Okay, boom. Absolutely.
Can I do my maul?
If you're restrained, attacks are at disadvantage, right?
Yes, well, but you are, yes, so your attacks are going to be at disadvantage. That is true. However, if you reckless attack as a barbarian, it'll just be a straight roll if you want.
I want a reckless attack.
Okay, boom, reckless attacking. So these are just straight up rolls. Go ahead, roll your attack.
Okay. My goodness, is a 7.
It says you rolled maul damage.
Yeah, you rolled
Oh,
damage,
sorry. Thank you.
I'm a little ahead of yourself there, Natasha.
25. That is a hit. Roll your damage.
7.
7.
7 damage. There it goes. Did you add your +2 damage for raging?
No. 9.
9 damage. There it is. Okay. So,
That's the SOS.
and you have another attack if you like.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Okay, so I have to roll the d20 again.
Yes, roll the d20 again.
I got 13.
13 is a miss. So this time, you do, like, this thing isn't moving. It's not dodging you. A bang, it just comes up on, like, a harder part of this thing. It almost feels like it's made of stone, the exterior of this thing.
Okay.
That didn't even come close to doing any damage, you feel like. So that is going to be a failure. That is the rest of your turn. Next up is going to be Kano.
Thank you. I see nothing, so I assume everything is fine. And I will just move. Because
Okay.
that's all I can do.
Gonna move 50 feet.
Yeah, I can't move very far. I'm slowly coming around the bend.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I think you got one more space in you.
Oh, really?
Yep. Unless I totally got it wrong. We'll move you back.
Or
Okay.
I could be forward. Okay.
Now this thing will attack you again. However, from behind this thing, 2 tendrils shoot out, one towards Sven and one towards Joey. The range on this thing, not even close to fully extended.
Can I
Okay.
uncanny dodge this?
This is an attack to grapple and restrain you.
So no.
So the first attack is on Sven and is a 9. So Sven ducks into the water, avoiding the tendril overhead.
Wow.
Joey,
Oh,
the attack
Sven.
on you is much, much higher. It is a 24.
Damn.
You are
Yeah.
grappled and restrained. And you are pulled in 25 feet.
Whoa.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25
Towards the thing?
towards the thing. You are now adjacent to it. I know it doesn't look like it, but this thing is like 4 squares here. So all of a sudden, just Joey gets yanked across the water, her toes gliding against it. She's not falling into the water because she's water walking, but boom, this thing comes up. Now I'm going to roll a quick check to see something, who it's going to attack here.
Fucking clutch.
Yeah. This is
Yeah, no
ridiculous.
kidding. Thank
It's
God you
going to
missed
attack Zaza once again, but Zaza, this time you are raging, so you will take half damage.
It's attacking with advantage though because of reckless.
It is attacking with advantage because you are restrained. That is going to
Oh,
be
I'm
a
restrained, so-
19. A 19 to hit you.
Okay. And
That is probably going to be a hit, I believe, right? What's your AC?
15.
15. Okay, so that is a hit. You are going to take damage, much more damage this time. Holy shit. Okay, that got saved at the end there. So, halved, you take 12 piercing damage.
Wow. Okay.
Woof.
Okay, and that is this thing's turn. Now, moving back around to the top of the order, Zygo, you hear as these they're just pulled across the water. You definitely hear like there's a commotion up front.
Amazing. Zygo will use his action to dash. 60 feet gets me to here. And then Starry Form is still active. It's only been 10 seconds, so
Yeah.
firing bonus action with the Archer,
Yes.
which is a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 meets.
Holy shit. Okay, good.
What does that mean?
That
What?
means,
That means
its,
it's
its
AC
armor
is
class
20.
is 20.
We have to
Anything
roll a
less
20
than
or we
20
miss.
won't hit it.
That's a lot. of
And
armor.
that is 10 radiant damage.
10 radiant damage, absolutely.
Thank God.
This thing, the tendrils wriggle as this radiant damage sears its front.
That is all I can do.
Okay.
Jesus.
Next up is Nesbit.
Yeah, I run.
Yeah.
Hunter's mark.
Yes, I run.
Hunter's mark, and I shoot it.
Hunter's mark on this thing, absolutely.
Come on,
We'll just
Nesbit.
do purple for Hunter's mark. What's the damage there?
And I still have. Sorry, I'm just selecting. Yeah, I still have the advantage from because I didn't use the advantage from Zephyr Strike, so it's still active. So advantage.
Hell
nice.
yeah.
It's going to be a 26 to hit.
26 is a hit. Roll your damage.
Okay. Gathered Swarm plus Hunter's Mark. There we go.
Nasty
Okay.
what Nesbit can do.
Okay, there we go. That's
So great.
18 points of damage.
Ooh, baby.
18. Hot damn.
Ooh, baby.
Nice. Thank you. Coming strong.
Second attack.
Too bad it has 200
Second
HP.
attack. Go ahead.
Second.
It is 480 HP.
It's a ship.
That is going to be a 24 to hit.
24. Another hit. Yes. Roll damage.
And I've yet to do the extra D8. So here we go.
Again, no sounds coming from any of these creatures.
Gross.
No
God.
roars
Even
or
worse.
nothing.
Horrifying.
So bad.
Even worse.
15 points of damage.
They're all
15
mute.
points of damage. This thing is bloodied
Amazing.
Okay.
Love to see it.
Wow.
and
Um,
shrieks
Of course.
Finally.
And you see
Don't love to see.
another stalactite shift and move as this thing activates its bloodied action to awaken its partner.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Aw. Are they in love?
Okay,
Yeah, these guys mate for life.
that's my
I'd
turn.
like to.
Kill
A
one, we
little
have to
known
kill both
detail,
of
these
us.
horrifying monsters made for life.
They met on Coffee Meets Bagel.
Yeah, if we don't kill both of them, it's going to be really tragic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll never find another partner.
Next up is Sven, who immediately runs forward to help.
What? Sven!
No,
my...
Sven, you.
We're gonna have to have a
And as
conversation
soon
with
as
Sven.
he gets 10 feet, and then immediately a crab leaps out of the water from where it had been lying in wait
God damn it,
Oh
Sven.
my god.
Ben's gonna die.
and attacks him. Definitely going to be a hit. It's going to be a 17 against Sven's AC of much less than that. I believe it is 13. And that is going to be, just 2 damage, but he is grappled.
Sven.
Sven is down to 18 health points. Okay, Sven he is grappled, so he will simply make an attack against this crab. That is going to be a 13, which misses. He uselessly tries to stab at the carapace on top of the crab. His turn is over. The crabs now go. This crab will make another attack against Sven. It is absolutely going to be a hit. That is going to be max damage for 7 damage. Go ahead and do the spirit shield.
Yeah. Okay.
Sven.
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay, as this absolutely fatal looking claw shoots towards Sven, Zaza waves her hand even from her restrained position, and boom, the crab is repelled by a blast of energy. Sven is still okay, unaffected. Okay, meanwhile, you guys start to feel nippings underneath your feet as crabs are jumping off of the bottom and taking swipes at you as they pass. So Zaza and Joey, you are both going to take 3 attacks from
Oh
below.
my god.
That is going to be
That's what happens when you walk on water.
Zaza, a 22, a 5, and a 21 to hit you.
George, these are all at advantage.
They are not, because the crabs are attacking at disadvantage for having no momentum as they
Gorgeous.
are jumping upward.
Love
love
that.
to hear
So
that.
it's a flat roll. So
That's
that is still
great.
going to be 2 hits on Zaza. You are raging. So that's going to be 6, 7, 8. Halved is 4 damage total for all your attacks. And then Joey, that's going to be a miss. That's going to be a 20 dirty and a 16.
Yep.
Okay, 2 attacks are hit. Those are big damage on you. 7, 8, 9. You take 9 bludgeoning damage as you feel.
Can I
Clicks from
uncanny
below.
dodge that?
You can uncanny dodge that if you'd like to take 4 damage instead.
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
got it. No problem.
Joey uses her little abs to lift up her legs. And she's like,
Joey-
"Ah!"
Her
Jackie,
little abs.
I think you've uncanny dodged already since your last turn against the big creature.
No, I didn't
no, that
uncanny
is-
dodge it against that because
You
it
didn't?
that
Good.
wasn't
just
damage.
grappled.
It
It
was
just
just
grappled.
a
Oh, it was grappled. You're good.
Yeah, just
I
grappled.
could.
Good.
So I said
Um,
it enthusiastically, but it didn't matter.
Gotcha.
And now it is Joey's turn.
Great.
Amazing.
Joey's gonna go, Sven, stay where you are. And then
Sven has no choice. He is grappled
oh, that's I forgot about
and
that.
does not hear you. He's still stabbing this crab.
And I'm, to clarify, restrained.
You
as
are
well as
restrained.
grappled.
Yes. I'm so sorry. So for you and Zaza, this is important to know. You can end this restrain or grapple on a DC 15 athletics or acrobatics check to escape.
Acrobatics.
Yes. If you want to make acrobatics, you don't even have to roll a disadvantage. You're good. You just. Let me see. Restraint. Let me
But
just.
that would be your turn, right?
It would be
Your
her action.
And I wouldn't be able to, but I would maybe be able to move.
You'd be able to move if you got out of it.
Yeah. You do not have disadvantage on this acrobatics check to escape. You need to beat a 15.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. And I definitely beat it because
Okay.
I rolled a 15 and I have a +7.
You are no longer restrained. You are out of the tendrils.
Cool. And then I'm gonna, I can just like sort of stab it, right?
You
As my
can, yeah, you are right up on it,
bonus
and Zaza is adjacent, so you will, if you hit, that's a sneak attack.
Cool. I'm gonna do that. And that's gonna be, oh, that's not gonna meet. Damn it. That's an 18.
That is a miss. The dagger comes up uselessly on this massive thing's stony exterior.
Okay, great. And then I'm gonna move to over here, which I'm sure is not gonna be useful at all.
Okay, you are going to take 3 opportunity attacks from below.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna stay right there. Can I
Oh, no,
hide
no,
in the
so,
straw?
sorry,
Oh,
so,
it's too late?
it's
I
too
already
late.
did it. Well, there we go.
Because these are hidden creatures, so these are gonna be, and you're also gonna take an opportunity attack from this guy right here. So first is the big guy's attack. It's gonna miss you. And then the 3 attacks below, miss. 14 hit you?
No.
Miss. 18 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, you do get just pinched for 2 damage.
Pinch.
And not grappled. They float back down to the bottom after just pinches you a little bit.
Nice. That was a successful turn. That was good. Okay, who's next?
Next up is Saza.
Great. So I'm going to recklessly attack.
Okay, go ahead.
So I roll my d20. Oh shit. It was a 17. So can I use a luck point?
You can use a luck point, sure.
Okay, please. Fuck. 10. That's
10. That is also a miss. Okay, that's your first attack. Now you can roll for your second attack if you like.
okay. 14.
14 is also a miss. You are unable to get through this thing. The tendrils are slipping around you, and you see drool dripping
I do
from
a
this thing's
bonus action of,
spirally jaw.
Can I do bonus action of vicious mockery?
Yes, you can. I think you're raging right now, right? Didn't we say not during a rage
Not while
anymore?
raging,
Yeah.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
not.
Also, don't you have the bracers of strength? Have
I
you,
do.
Have you updated your strength to be 19?
Because everything should be like 1 more than it has been. If
I
that's...
guess not.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. I know you've hit this thing twice. I'm just gonna knock 2 more damage off of this because that's what it would have done. Because it adds another extra damage for you
Okay.
for the strength modifier being higher. But you haven't come within 1 of this thing yet, so
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
worry.
yeah.
There's no like attacks that you would have hit that you forgot to add it to. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
But just remember in the future, your strength is technically 19 instead of 17 right now, or
Okay.
whatever it was. So it's a little higher.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't
Joe?
adjust it right now.
We can
we'll
later.
go over that later. We'll just remember it for now. But we will take care of it at the end. Okay, next up is going to be Kano.
All right, I'm gonna move up here, and Kano, mad, is gonna wave her hand and drop a moonbeam right on the big bad over there, the bloodied one.
Okay, the moonbeam absolutely going to spring into existence. Where would you like to place it?
On the thing.
Let me
I
get
would
your
like it to
moonbeam out.
be. Well, it's 10 feet, right? Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Let's get it on like half of it, so it's half's in it and half.
Where would you like it? Right, left, up, down.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is halfway in this moonbeam. Got it. What's that moonbeam? What's the summon look like as you summon the moonbeam?
So Kano, no, that's never happened before. Kano, upon seeing it, will swirl her hands together and then drop them down as a column drops from the roof of this cavern directly onto Stone Crab Man.
Okay. Does it make a
On save.
it makes a con save at the beginning or end of its turn?
Beginning of its turn.
Beginning.
Beginning of its
George.
turn. Here it goes. It is now their turn.
Nice.
The first one will roll the con save. It is a 17.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
go ahead
half.
and give half damage though.
Okay, so that's 2d10s. Oh wow, no, not like that, silly goose. Ooh, so that's 12, so 6.
12.
6 damage.
So 6.
6 damage. Got it. Okay. This thing's looking bad. It does shriek a little bit, and it will take its turn. Now, this one will move 10 feet. Schlorping all over the rocks to get up onto this sort of platform here. It will take Zaza with it. And then we'll also shoot out 4 more tendrils. So the first one will be at Joey. It's gonna be a miss, 10 to hit you. The next one's at Sven. that's a 17 to hit Sven. So Sven is grappled and restrained.
Double grapple.
He gets sucked in by the reel. Another one at Kano.
Does the crab come with him because it was grappling him?
It does. Kano, that's going to be a nat 20 on this grapple for you. You get sucked into your own moonbeam.
Oh
And then another final one towards Nesbit. Let me see if this is in range. 5, 10, 15,
Wait,
20,
if it's
25,
over there,
30,
why are
35,
we?
40.
Why am I?
Oh, Nesbit is out of range, just barely. 5 feet out of range. Okay. And the other roper, these are called ropers. Classic D&D monster. That's the icon I use. Is going to attack Joey with 4 more tendrils. So the first attack is 13.
No.
The second attack is 23.
Yes.
And you are roped, restrained, and brought back into it. This thing will make an attack against you, Joey, with its bite. That is going to be a 22 to hit you.
Oh, that hits.
You are going to take big ass damage. Holy shit. 14, 20, 28.
Can I uncanny dodge that?
32 piercing damage. Uncanny dodged is 16 piercing damage.
Baby.
Wow.
Okay. So this thing gets its maws around you. You again tuck in a little bit. It just barely grazes you with its razor sharp teeth.
Oh, it grazes me enough.
It grazes you enough. And then this one over here is going to decide who it's going to attack. Either Sven, Zaza, or Kano.
No.
It is Kano.
That's fair.
Honestly, thank God.
Here
That's
comes
good.
the attack
Thank
on
God.
Kano. It is a 25 to hit Kano.
Jesus, yeah.
Okay, and this is going to be
Cool.
not too much damage. 15 piercing damage to Kano.
Okay, upon taking damage, Kano is going to, explode with purple energy as a crackling fire attacks this crab as she casts Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah.
Hellish Rebuke.
Good job.
Good job.
That is a dex save.
Okay, dex save. Good.
Yes.
This thing is not very dexterous.
Ooh, we love to see
That
it.
is a 5.
Great. Okay, so it will take the full 2d10,
Perfect.
which I'm going to roll on the computer and see what happens. 9 damage.
So as soon as the thing bites into you, there's just dark fiery energy that explodes from your wound and burns this thing's mouth. It takes 9 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when we get back after our short little break, which we're going to take right now, we'll be back in 5 or 6 minutes. We will start back at the top of the round.
No.
Hang in there, everybody. We are almost through the woods. Hopefully, maybe not. We'll see what happens. There might be a lot more horrible stuff in here.
So remember
All
when
right.
we joked that Sven died, Jackie?
We're saving it.
No.
All right, we'll be back in 7 or 8 minutes, guys. Be right back.
I set upon the ship at dawn. I wouldn't dare be late. Abilities were
All right, and back to the merciless onslaught.
No.
Uh-oh. What's this ambient music in the background that shouldn't be playing? Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I like
let's
it.
get that out of here.
Thanks for the
All right.
follow,
Not
Raven
thank-
Main. Thank you
Hey,
for
thanks
the
for the follow. What's up?
Thanks,
And thank
Raven
you all. I
Main.
saw some follows earlier in the night too. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thanks,
We
Moo
love you, and
Tasty.
thank
She's
you.
probably not still watching anymore, but
Oh, hell yeah, they are.
back.
Of course they are. All right, let's throw it back into the top of the order, folks. Zygo.
All right, everything bad is happening.
Everything bad's happening. Let's see. Let's just check in really quick. Let's update where we are.
everything
Both
is awful.
Zaza, Sven, and Kano in her own moonbeam right now, are roped in by this massive, rocky, kind of like gelatinous but like hard-shelled, kind of looks like an oyster shell on the exterior. In the interior is this like mushy, one-eyed, spiral-mouthed monstrosity. There's two set up here. And all these little crabs below the surface of the water keep jumping up and clip-clopping at you guys. We have Nesbit and Zygo trying to catch up to the rest of the group and keeping their distance for their range. Let us check in on Zygo. Go ahead, sorry.
For Zygo to give up his range.
Oh, okay.
He's gotta help the party. As Zygo runs 30 feet forward, right to the edge of this thing.
Water walking on top of the water.
Water walking on top of the water, literally like a running lizard. He will dip his hand into the water as he goes and start to curl water in his hand as he runs. And as he brings it up on the side, you see the ripple go all the way out from under everyone, splash up against the back wall of this thing as Zygo casts Tidal Wave at 3rd level.
Oh my god.
It is a
Yes.
30-foot long, 10-foot wide
Yes.
hit. So I want it to hit both of the ropers in the 30 feet across.
Uh-huh.
And if there is anything that is here on
Yes.
this rock that is within 10 feet going the other way,
You're
that would
correct.
also be hit. Everything within that range needs to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 16.
Wow. Okay. So who does that include? Your friends?
None of my friends. I bring the water because it has a casting range of 120 feet. So I
Uh-huh.
send it beyond them to come back at them.
So it comes backward. I understand.
Ripples
so it's gonna
under
just,
them, comes up, and crashes back.
It's gonna
towards
basically
the
like
rippers.
slam into their backs. I understand.
Yes.
What's the save they need to make?
DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
Okay, first one. Oh wow.
you say nat 20, George.
And
we're
let
not-
me know what it is because I want to do something I'm not done with what I'm doing with
Of
this
course.
turn.
They both fail.
Fantastic,
So
then I'm
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
the water explodes from behind them. There is just an absolutely massive splash. That's a tiny little splash. Damn, that's soft. I don't think I have a tidal wave here, Gabe. Sorry. We'll have
That's
to
fine.
imagine.
It's a new spell for this turn.
A massive explosion of water fires forward. What do they do? Go ahead.
They
Do
take
any damage?
17 bludgeoning damage,
Okay, amazing.
and they are both knocked prone.
Interesting. Let me see something.
That's such a
Okay,
weird thing.
they are
Zygo's
knocked
water.
prone on top of these rocky surfaces. Yes,
Does that break their grapples?
it does. Interesting. Oh, you know what? How much damage does it do?
17?
Hilarious. Their tendrils are all technically in this range as well, and the tendrils are individually targetable. So all of them have 10 hit points. They all explode.
Yeah,
The water
dude.
shatters into them. They fall useless and
Wow.
dead around the creature as these rockets of water hit. Everybody is released from their restraints, 100%, and these creatures appear to have no more tendrils on their body.
The water then, if anyone wants to do this, and George, you can call what this is. The spell then says the water then spreads out across the ground in all directions within 30 feet. So potentially, if people are walking on water, if they wanted to, could they be carried backwards on that wave spread out?
No.
You can
I
say
think,
no, that's
I think
fine.
the water, because if you walk on an ocean, the waves wouldn't move you.
That is
I'm gonna rule no movement on
so
that.
completely fair. That was
Yeah.
a if everything went right.
Clever
kind of a
idea,
thing.
but yes, I think that's gonna be a no.
That is fair, completely. And then that, I mean, I can attack one of them. They're prone, so it would be a disadvantage with the archer shot, and I don't think I'll break a 20. But let's
Look, you've got it.
let's not risk it, because if it's a 1, I just did something real cool, and I don't want to end it with a botch. So that's my turn.
Okay, both of these guys are prone, which means all physical attacks from 5 feet away have advantage. Do not forget that.
So good.
Okay, next up is Nesbit.
This
Okay.
was the
I'm seeing that it's a little harder for me to hit them. I'm going to recast Zephyr Strike
Go ahead,
as a
yeah.
bonus action and get that advantage shot on the first one.
Gotcha. So because they are
straight
both
shot,
prone, that's going to be
straight
at
shot.
disadvantage. Yeah,
But
straight shot. Right,
advantage and straight
perfect.
shot. Okay,
You
that is
got
a 26 to hit.
That is absolutely going to be a hit. Boom. Gathered Swarm.
Yeah, I will Gathered Swarm at the D6. Might as well just. Oh, and it's also an extra D8 because of Zephyr Strike.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
Okay.
is this on the left or the right one?
The one that's the most damaged, like the
Yes,
one that
that's
has
the
my
bloodied
highest
one?
mark. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be 7, 7, 20, 25 points of damage.
Describe it.
Okay, I
Let's
just
go.
Amazing.
see it as the wave kind of bobs up. I see just right through the mouth as it's like, and it just goes, arrow goes sailing straight through it.
Perfect.
As it still makes no noise, right, George? You gross.
Yeah, no
piece
noise.
of
It's just,
shit.
it just actually
Oh.
what happens is it's just like, and then it just goes like,
Oh, gross.
Oh.
You're gross.
Oh, no.
You
and
are
then
gross.
totally still no motion, and its pulsing
Black.
stops.
And then I'll just shoot off an attack at the other one.
Okay, it drops into the water, and really quick, go ahead and roll this attack, Dylan, but I want Zaza and Kano to make perception checks at disadvantage, please. And go ahead and tell me what your results are.
That's gonna miss.
Okay, it's going to be a miss. This one will
That
fly
was
off.
4 and a 3. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So that one does just clatter off on the side of the wall. 10 for Kano?
Mhm.
And what about you, Zaza?
What does perception check at disadvantage? You roll it twice.
Roll twice and take the lower results, yes.
Well, I got a nat 20 for my first one.
So that's probably a no-go.
And then I got a 9.
Yeah, okay. There's some motion under the water as the crabs are moving to something, but you're not sure what. Okay. Next up in the order is Sven, who, invigorated, kicks the roper that he is adjacent to, and really having learned his lesson, shoots away, 5, 10, 15, 20, avoiding the crab, 25, 30. He will take one opportunity attack as a crab jumps up, but he a claw just like bloop out of the water, but he jumps over it and avoids it. And he will be shooting back towards Nesbit as far as he can. Next up is the crabs. This one jumps off and disappears underneath. Joey, your turn.
You do not want some of this, little crab.
I'm gonna, cause I've got advantage, right?
You do. You are 5 feet away from this thing and it is prone.
Cool. I'm gonna take my ruby. Okay. Joey pulls out her glowing ruby dagger that already killed another crab, and she goes, "Ah!" and tries to stab it.
Go ahead and roll your attack at advantage.
Oh, an advantage?
Yeah, because it's prone.
That's so wonderful. And it's still not going to make it because I rolled very low, and that's a 19.
Oh. Okay, just boom. It's not like you just like stab it, but there's no reaction. You must have stabbed a completely unnecessary piece of glob that's not even part of this thing's actual body. So this thing still starts to like bubble in your face. Next up
And
is...
Joe goes like this right back with.
We've got Zaza.
Great, so I'm gonna attack it with my maul.
Okay, go ahead and you're gonna run over to it.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Go ahead and make your attack
thank you. Okay.
at advantage.
So I'm rolling again because the first one was 13. Okay. Oh shoot. The second one was 15.
Okay, so that first attack is a miss. Now go ahead and roll your second attack at advantage.
Okay. Oh! Nat 20.
Okay, so it's gonna be a nat 20. Just roll it one more time, because if you double nat 20, I'll let you kill this thing in one shot.
Oh, that.
Oh my god, I did!
Are you serious?
No.
You have 2 nat 20s?
Yeah!
She did.
Oh my god.
Because you can
It's
all
right
see what
there.
she's rolling on her sheet, right?
Yeah,
How
it's
did
right
that
there.
happen?
What?
Why did I
Oh,
say
God.
it out loud?
Guys, have you ever regretted anything more?
Just because I want to.
Chat.
Just because I want to. I want you to
Wow.
roll damage.
Okay.
If you, I'm gonna go back on my word like a little snake.
Hey!
Okay, Pinocchio.
Roll damage for the attack as normal, really
I got-
quick.
Well,
It automatically nat 20s it for on.
Okay, so
D-
what did it give you? What number did it give you?
17.
It doubles the dice.
17. Okay.
So would that is that just for one though? Is
That's
she-
for one attack.
Hey, I nat 20 twice.
1
Natasha,
in 400 chance.
Natasha, describe it.
Me destroying both of these freaking evil barnacles? Right?
Describe how you destroy this thing as you run over to it.
Yeah, I mean, Zaza really didn't think that this was gonna happen, but similarly to the crabs, just goes down, and it's so juicy. If you,
Wait.
I hate this.
it's like
Oh man.
surprisingly juicy. Yeah.
I got it.
No.
Oh,
Let's all
No.
take that in.
No.
No way.
And then
No.
she like gingerly tries it.
Oh my god, make a con save.
Oh my god, Natasha.
Just for fun, okay?
Let Zaza live her life.
You're, add 3 because you're within 10 feet of me.
Oh yeah. Okay, so 16.
16. You slurp it down. It is bitter and it just makes you shiver.
I gingerly touch it.
No.
I slurp it.
This is a slurp.
That's a full slurp.
There's no halfway after a rage murder. You don't then just carefully try. You just like plunged your fist in and ate the heart of, or whatever you thought was the heart of this thing.
Hey.
Lord.
Your con save is high enough to not be sick
Great.
right away.
Ah.
You feel a big burp rise up in your stomach, and then your stomach settles, and you have resistance to poison damage for the rest of the day.
Dope.
See, you're supposed to eat these things. That's what
How do you know if you don't
Every
put it in
parent
your
I said
mouth?
to everyone.
Wow.
I said to
How do
everyone.
you know
You're
if it's
supposed
not
to
in
eat
your
these
mouth?
things. Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay,
Oh.
so you guys are stepping gingerly on this watery surface. Everybody make a perception check for me. We are not going to be in combat order, so if we do enter combat again for some reason, we will re-roll initiative order, if that were the case.
Perception? With advantage or no? Wait.
What are we rolling?
Perception.
You're rolling perception checks.
24.
27.
Okay.
10.
Zygo and Nesbit. I got some stuff to show you here.
Oh.
First thing you notice, as you look underneath the water, you see that below the surface, there are little egresses that seem to lead out of this chamber in a few locations. One on the left there, one in the back here, and one on the right side here.
Well then.
And the crabs seem distracted by the fallen bodies that have slurped into the bottom. They've all descended on the ropers and are picking them apart. As you can see, they're just like getting in there. The whole bodies are rustling around. The crabs are wrestling for food. Nesbit, make a nature check.
Okay. Oh. 18.
You've probably got 20 minutes before these ropers are nothing but shell.
Ugh.
And these crabs start looking
Ooh.
for their next meal.
Nasty.
Um.
Do you have sound effects for that too?
Yeah, you
20
hear it?
minutes of crab eating.
I
It's
just
the underwater screaming that just
so
happened.
as I'm moving along, can I move? Can I move Sven with me? Just like
Yeah,
making
100%.
sure- Yeah. I say we have about. They'll be preoccupied with eating the dead for now. So we should move and not think about it.
Sven, looks up at you, horrified by those monsters that just got like splattered by Zaza's falling maul, and is just hand on Nesbit's belt loop, wide-eyed in shock, and is just fully 40 yards staring ahead. Comes with you, no argument. Feels how close he got to those teeth and is not happy about it. Okay, yeah, he'll come right with you. Anybody else? You guys can talk out of turn, decide if you want to do something. You can move your icon anywhere you'd like to explore. I'll describe what you see.
Is Dylan able to use, or Nesbit? So Zaza turns to Nesbit. Nesbit, can your ants, check out the different places?
Not easily. With the water, and it's hard for them to completely communicate. We learned how to find traps and pitfalls, but I'll be honest with you all, I'm not as well versed with water, and neither is the colony.
Can Zaza then walk up to the rock wall and kind of examine it, or make some kind of perception check?
Make a perception check, absolutely.
Oh shoot! I got an 11.
Okay. You feel a nice, stiff, cold breeze from the other side, and the rattling of something metallic. Might be chains. You're not sure.
Is there any way I can peek in? No, that was my shot.
That was your shot for now.
The stones over here.
Otherwise, your view is obscured. Yeah, you can't see much else. You can start moving and shifting stones if you want.
Yeah, can I do
your best? Yeah. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Athletics.
I'll come over and help her.
Okay. Also, in that case, Natasha, make that with advantage.
With advantage.
It's up at the top, right? These red things?
Yes.
10.
Oh, man.
That's with advantage?
Yeah.
Bummer. So not a lot of these rocks are even movable. Most of them are gigantic boulders. Kano can go ahead and try with Zaza helping her. Kano shifts forward to take the lead. You can roll an athletics check with advantage, Kano.
24.
24. You do get a couple of smaller boulders out of the way. Pulling them apart, you make a small space where you're able to squeeze through. And you see this. I'll now reveal to you more stuff.
Reveal it, baby.
Zaza's I loosened it for you.
It's okay, you just killed a giant crab. You're fine.
Kano actually can't see anything, so Zaza is the one looking beyond
this. It's very dark.
But this is what you see.
Oh, Jesus.
What the heck?
Hang on, sorry, it's kind of a pain in the patootie
The suspense is killing me.
reveal all this. Ahead, there seems to be a massive chain gate that is held up by some sort of winch system, and it seems to be sealed shut. And from the other side of the wall, it just kind of disappears around a corner here. You see a couple of little splashes. There seem to be a couple of crabs that are eating something. They don't seem particularly aggressive.
Interesting. And obviously I share that info with the rest of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Is the hole in the stones big enough for Joey to squeeze through?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
It was big enough for me. It's big enough for everybody.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, Joey is gonna squeeze through.
Okay, you can go ahead moving up there.
Would it be on the other side of the stones? No.
Yeah, you can get to the other side of the stones here.
Cool. Could I do a little investigation check of the
Yeah, make a
area?
perception check for me. Oh, or you want to do an investigation check? You have to be a little closer to the gate.
Got it. What's a good perception? I got a 25.
Yeah, okay. So you notice that there are a couple of crabs. I will just point them out to you. They look like they're eating. So it looks like unless disturbed or unless they were spurred on by something or by a lot of chaos, they would attack. But it looks like if you keep your distance, they will probably keep theirs. Though they might decide to snap at you if you wander within a little too close. Let me reveal them, sorry. And I'll just put them up. They are right here. Oh my god. Sorry. And that's all you see for now. Anything else you'd like to do?
Anything specifically regarding the gate that you haven't?
Do you want to go up there and take an investigation check? You have to get up a little closer, though.
Can I do that?
Yeah, sure. You can just kind of weave in and out with that, avoiding...
I'll go with her.
Right, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, can I also go?
Sure thing. You guys can all move ahead. Joey, go ahead and make an investigation check on the gate.
It was so funny. It was upside down, and I thought it said 21, and I was like, "Wow, that's never happened."
That's a 12.
It's
Nice.
a 12. Wait, but it's a 15.
Okay, the winch on the top here appears to be rusted and broken. It definitely is not going to work.
And that's the thing that'll open the. That's.
Yeah, it'll like raise the gate like a portcullis. It's got these like sharp pikes in the bottom that are in little holes, setting this gate in place.
Can I do some kind of strength thing?
Yeah, do you want to try to lift it?
Do we want to try to lift it? Because there are other ways out of here, right?
There are other passages that you guys haven't taken a look
I
at.
saw various underwater passages, right? That's sort of...
Yes.
I could also try to fiddle with a lock or something. Like, I don't know if there's a mechanism, which is the thing that triggers the gate.
It looks like the mechanism from your investigation check
rusted.
is broken. Yeah, the mechanism is not going to work. It's going to have to be brute force or some kind of other creative solution to get around this.
Nisbet, what do you think? You're good at gates.
What?
You're good at escaping places.
What?
You think we should go through the gate, or do you want to go underwater? What do you want to do?
Well, we're headed towards a city, yes? I feel as though everything else in here has been natural, albeit horrifying. But this is the most clear sign of civilization, and as such, I do not know how it works, and I do not care to.
Right. Zaza and Kano will start to lift the...
All right, both you two make an athletics check, Zaza and Kano. For both of you guys to lift it, you are going to need to beat an athletics check DC 40.
Athletics.
Combined.
Can I put my Joey goes up and puts her hands on Kano to attempt to help.
Okay, yeah. You can Kano can roll at advantage.
Yes.
Zaza, you have to roll straight.
Strength.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
I'm using a luck point.
Okay, it's your last luck point. Go ahead.
Because I rolled an 8. Okay. 14.
Oof.
You guys heave, and the gate falls back down.
Why can't it be a strength thing?
It is a strength thing.
Oh. Wait, so then do I get extra points because it was at 19?
Did you roll an athletics check? Oh,
Yeah.
you would get one extra, so you would have technically rolled a 15. So that is still not enough, unfortunately. Yeah, it's gonna be 35, not 40.
George, while this has all been happening,
Yes.
Zygo, who never went past these rocks, would have probably gone back over to this rocky face over here. Put down his star map and his staff and all of that, put that out, and started ritual casting augury. Trying to contact his grandfather. Again.
Sure thing. What does that look like?
Just as he sort of like puts his hands over the various things, flipping through the pages, trying to find a spiritual connection to his grandfather, as he is going to ask him this question about fate and fortune.
Go ahead.
The augury question that Zygo will well, it's not even an ask, it's an omen. So this is that wheel woe thing coming back.
Cosmic omen.
The cosmic omen. So what I'm looking for in terms of the path that I'm asking him about, is through that first thing on the far left that we heard the ship through, or the sound of the whatever, like the very, very, very far left.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about it? Like wheel woe?
Wheel woe, wheel end woe, or nothing.
Wheel.
Wheel. Okay. Then how you said when you described it, you said it was like a small passage with the water sort of like could someone get through it?
You could, but you would constantly be like sucking in water. If you would have to crawl or swim. So either you're swimming and holding your breath, or you are crawling with water walk and like just getting a face full of water constantly.
I'd have to make some sort of like checks or saves against that.
We would do some swimming and we do a couple of things, a couple of checks to get through if you wanted to get through to the other side.
Okay, Zygo's gonna go to Nesbit. Oh, Nesbit, I contacted my grandfather and he says there is something good down this way, but I do not want to go without telling anyone where I have gone. Would it be possible for you to sort of stay and keep guard while I try something I have never done before?
Yes. And then, Nesbit just looks over at them all just trying to really lift the gate.
Yeah. And slams back down again.
Yes, it feels as though we're going to, I don't like us all being separate at any point, though. But it doesn't look like we're making any headway here, so yes, of course, I think that
it seemed like they might be at this for a little while.
Potentially. Yeah. So I'll do that, sure.
Okay.
What are you gonna do, Zygo?
As Zygo approaches the entrance to this thing, he'll look around at the various crab carcasses that are sort of littering the ground from when they first came through. Pick one up in his hands. And Zygo is a druid, so he will wild shape into a crab.
Oh my god.
Never forget.
Abe, you son of a bitch.
Never
All right,
forget.
so immediately
Yeah, there's animals in this world.
there is this intense energy around Zygo.
Oh.
And then suddenly there is just a crab sitting in front of you. This like a giant crab. You're gonna go the same size crab.
What I can only go up to like challenge rating 1/2 or something like that. So whatever crab would fit.
Challenge
within
rating
that.
1/2. You are good. These are challenge rating 1/8.
Great. Then the giant crab will work.
So you turn into the giant crab exactly as was. So here you go.
Well, but still able to fit through the thing.
So you're gonna go through.
Yeah.
Okay, no checks to make. You have water breathing.
Yeah, it has a swim speed and it has water breathing.
Has a swim
so
speed, you have water breathing, so in you go through the tunnel.
You're so smart.
Effing hilarious.
I've never used a real wild shape.
Yeah.
We've been playing over 20 sessions. It is
That's
the druid
crazy.
bread and
It's the
butter.
first
I've
time you've
never
ever done
used
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guess where you come out into? As you move through the tunnel, that ship hull creak sound proves itself to definitely be some kind of wooden vessel ahead of you. It gets louder and louder.
Flavio.
Oh my god.
Oh my
if
God.
it fucking is Flavio.
Oh
and
my
this
God.
is what you see. You're gonna want to
Oh.
zoom out.
Holy shit.
Okay.
That'll take us to the moon.
1 second.
That'll take us to the moon.
Oh my god.
There's Gabe.
Uh-huh.
1 second. I'm gonna. Oh, so much to do here. Okay, what you see in front of you is a massive. By the way, here's your little dude.
You didn't do.
Can
My
you
little
see
guy.
him? Is he there?
No, where is
There he is.
There he is.
There's Gabe. You come out, you see this massive ship in front of you, and a galleon. It is outfitted with cannons on a lower deck. These big black tattered sails are all like fully flowing, but there's no wind in here. You're in a completely sealed cove. In fact, as you look around, there is no entrance into this cove that this ship could possibly have come through. And therefore, there's no way for it to leave, strangely enough. You see that there is a plank descended here on the left side here. When you're crawling your little crab body up to get a little better look at it, you see there is a title to this vessel. The Astrid is written across it on the front. Do you want to make a history check?
You bet I do.
What if he said no?
No, I don't care about that.
Astrid means nothing to me. Anywho.
That is a 13.
13. Okay. So you just know that the Astrid used to be a ship. The captain was named the pirate captain who used to man it. Her name was Pearl the Cutlass.
Cool.
But otherwise, you don't know much about her.
Okay. Pearl the Cutlass. Cool. I guess Zygo's gonna crickety crab his way onto this ship.
Okay.
You can eat crab.
Up onto the ship you get. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me, Crab.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm a crab.
Boy.
I'm a crab. Investigation 15.
All right. The ghostly nature of this vessel is not lost on you. There's a haunting nature to this thing as it just floats with no entrance or exit. Very bizarre. Looking around the deck, it becomes pretty clear that this thing has already been pilfered. There is something that you do see, though, on one of the masts above you. Imprinted on one of the flags are two cutlasses intersecting each other in a very similar symbol. Can you make a history check for me?
Yeah, sure can. History. That is a 14.
14. It is the same symbol on the box kept that the telescope is kept in.
What?
Ooh! Chills.
That's fun.
This
That's
is gonna be a
good.
gas.
Oh man. Well, I guess if that thing's gonna carry me back downstream, right? The water that I came in on would be carrying me downstream if I go back down it, right?
Yes.
So there's not much use in being a crab anymore? Question mark?
You can make a much easier con save for swimming.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Holy cow.
like.
Let's let you think about it for a
Yeah,
second.
you go. Yeah.
Cutting back over to the gates really quick.
Should we just keep trying?
Yeah, you guys want to make another athletics check. Joey, this time you can help by making an athletics check, but all of you need to beat a DC 50 athletics check.
Oh
Wait.
gosh.
Jesus.
Joey doesn't have
I think
great
it would be better if
athletics.
Joey helped one of us and one of us.
Or
got
Joey
advantage
can
to
just
the
help you
board.
for the DC 40.
Yeah.
Up to you.
Not that I
that's-
don't love your
I-
strength.
No, I do feel like that would be a liability if I'm being entirely honest.
All right.
My strength is a +0, so
Yeah.
okay, I'll help you. Joey gets behind you and goes, "Ah!"
All right, go ahead.
No.
Did you botch?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
no.
Let's see what happens to this.
Oh, if you all die while I'm
Three Stooges
investigating a
comedy.
pirate ship.
Oh god.
Out of
91.
Oh my god.
Zaza
That's bad.
immediately gets it up over her head, but Kano thinks they have stopped and failed already, but Zaza just like hulks it up and then is suddenly alone, and the whole thing just spears her through the back and pins her to the floor. Zaza, you are going to take...
Oh.
Cool.
Oh, you're getting real lucky on the damage rolls. Not the last one. 20 piercing damage, and you are now fully prone and restrained on the ground.
Well, I'm still alive, so that's good.
That
Oh
is good.
God.
All right.
Oh.
So you're pinned. Every turn that Zaza is pinned, she is going to be under the water because it is 2 feet of water where the thing is. So
Oh my god.
Zaza will not have to make any kind of save right away. Make one Constitution save to feel like what's about to happen to hold your breath, Zaza.
Right now?
Yeah, one con save. Yes.
Okay.
You're within reach to get to add a +3.
91 botch,
25.
baby. 25. So you hold your breath. You are good for 10 rounds before you start needing to make new saves
Wait.
to
When
not
I
pass out.
botch, does
Yes.
it matter that my strength is wasn't. No, it doesn't matter.
No.
No,
Once you botch, you botch. Okay, Kano. What are you gonna do?
Uh,
Joey and Kano.
Oh
Nisbet!
god. Joey's gonna be like, is it my fault? Did I do it? Is it my fault?
No, Nisbet, come here. We need to get this guy out of her. And-
You just hear Nesbit. All you hear is.
I go over to there for a second.
Let me. I guess we'll just
my
pop
God.
Oh my god.
Guess I'm over to there.
I go over there.
back. Let's see how long that takes you. So that's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Fuck.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,
I have nothing
80,
that can help.
90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140 feet. 140
Oh
feet.
my
How many turns does that
God.
take you? On a full dash?
What if you
On a
dash?
full dash, that would take me like 12 seconds. But also, I can just I'll cast Zephyr Strike once and be there.
140 feet in one turn?
Well, no, not in one turn, but in 2 turns, because it would
In
take
2
me
turns.
3 turns. So yeah,
Yes,
it'll take me
understood.
2 full turns. So it'll take me 12
so-
seconds to get over there. Can you survive
2.
for 12 seconds?
Yes, so that's two of 10 strikes for Natasha. Natasha, keep track. 2 of 10 strikes.
Oh
Okay.
god.
You can hold your breath for, what's your constitution score?
My Constitution score is 14.
Okay, never mind. That's 2 of 14 strikes. You're going to be able to hold your breath for a minute and 40 seconds. Or no, sorry, you know what I mean. 14
Oh
rounds.
my god.
Okay, what are you guys going to do? Try to lift this thing again?
Yeah.
Sure, what can
Okay,
I do
go ahead.
to help?
Athletics
Joey's
checks.
gonna help again.
Okay, 2 athletics checks. Try to beat DC 40.
From who?
Somebody gets advantage.
Who's doing
I
it?
mean, me
George.
and
Can Sven,
Kano and Nesbit.
can
Okay.
Sven give Nesbit advantage?
Sven can run over and give Nesbit advantage.
Good.
Yes.
Good idea,
Great,
Gabe.
okay.
Go ahead.
Good idea.
I'm not here. I'm on a ghost
Athletics
check.
checks?
Having a fun time.
You said it's
I got a
athletics checks, right?
21.
Okay, so you need a 19, Nesbit.
Okay, is it an athletics check? Sorry, I keep
It
asking.
is
Or a
athletics,
strength-based
yes.
save. Okay.
Athletics.
You guys are some lucky assholes because I have a +3 and I rolled a 16. That's a 19.
Oh my god, 40!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, so right now what's happening is Nesbit and Kano have this thing over their heads. They're holding it up.
I can't believe
Zaza gets out from underneath it. You are no longer restrained.
Oh.
This thing just slurps out of Zaza's back. Real gross.
Oh.
And Zaza, are you gonna go on the other side of it? You want to try to assist them now? You
put
can.
a
You can.
rock under it. Put a rock under it.
I want to be on their side of
Okay,
the...
you're on their side. You immediately go to help them, so you guys are stable with this thing above your head now, like not in a needing to lift it position. And all of you are now looking at each other, deciding what to do next.
I think we should put a rock under this and prop it open.
Yes.
Shall we go get a rock?
Okay. Joey immediately runs over to the biggest rock she can see, and I'm assuming cannot lift it.
Wait,
Make an
wait.
athletics check.
Wait, also, just question.
Also, what's on the other side of the gate?
Yeah,
What
because it's
is
water,
happening?
right? It's water,
It's
right?
water,
It's going
yes.
into water. So if we put a rock under it, it'll.
There's a side to it.
Just because we're on top of the
But
water.
we're walking, but if we put the water down, it will just go bloop, and it won't do what we want it to do because it won't go to the surface of the water.
Joey,
there's
of
no
course, doesn't
side?
think of any of
Unless
this.
you let yourselves go through the water.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I guess.
Wait, what? No, but it looks...
Decisions.
But there's like gray on the other side of it. It's not
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah, what do we see on the other side?
Why is there gray on the other side? I thought that was...
Yeah, there's no water here on the
Okay,
other
so
side
we
of that.
can put it on that
So
side.
we can put a rock.
Well,
So the gate, sorry, the high ground here, it's like 5 feet above where the gate starts, and the gate is speared into the water.
right. So the gate is it's a little misleading. So the gate is in front of that ledge.
Yes.
Essentially.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
So there
correct.
is nothing. Yeah. So there's nothing.
Nothing. Well,
uh,
we're not together as a party, so I don't think we should go all the way
No.
through.
Mm-mm.
Even though we have it
Where's
open.
Zygo?
He should be coming
I goes.
soon.
Doing something.
Zach.
Let me see if I have anything. I have nothing.
Oh, sad.
Okay. So we're
Joey,
just
make an
here
athletics
now.
check.
To get a rock?
To get a rock, athletics check, please.
Okay, yeah, Joey's not paying attention to any of this. She gets a 6.
Okay, yeah, no dice. Let's cut back over to
Terrible.
Gabe on the ship.
Okay.
Back to you, sir.
Zygo's gonna unwild shape. I think there's just more he can do as a Zygo than as a crab.
Okay, you're gonna more as you can do as a Zygo. Perfect. There's a little shaking of energy underneath this crab. Boom. Zygo is now standing on the deck of the ship.
Zygo will. I mean, is there any? You said it's sort of been like plundered, right? There's nothing.
Yes.
There's no like items that I'd be able to like see or whatever on it, right?
No items. The cannons have been left in place, so it doesn't look like obviously whoever did this couldn't get big stuff out.
Gotcha.
But all the little stuff seems to have been swept clean. You even like shoulder your way into the cabin a little bit, and there is like absolutely nothing there.
Yeah, like captain's quarters. No, Zygo's been on ships before, right? So
you can give it a little push open.
Yeah.
Nothing there. Looks like it's totally been stripped. There's a couple of tables and chairs kind of strewn about, but nothing else. Can you make an investigation check for me in this room?
That's a nat 20.
There is a faded spot in the corner where there is a big rectangle that looks like it had been sat there for quite a while. There's like a dyed to the wood almost. It looks like that of a very large trunk or chest of some kind.
The sort of thing we found in the desert.
Right.
Okay, so we've got the biggest hull that was in this thing, right? Possibly.
Would you like to investigate the rest of the ship?
Yeah. Yes. I would like to invest the whole ship.
Going below decks, the cannons are all still there. Cannonballs are piled high. Did I say that right? Cannonballs are piled high. Maybe I said it perfectly fine. Then I'm just.
It sounded great.
There is a little small cabin underneath that. When you look in there, there is another faded spot, another big trunk. This one looks more like the shape of what you found in the desert.
So there was two trunks. You said this. You said the ship had like a ghostly quality to it?
Yeah, not in the sense that there are ghosts on it, but just in the sense that there's this creepy vibe to this thing, because there is no way the ship could have sailed into this cove. It is covered. There are waves going underneath it, and there's probably 2 feet where like the waves are like lapping against the bottom of like a rocky outcropping. So somebody could have swum into this for sure.
Right.
But sail a ship in here? Absolutely not. And there's no way the ship could leave here based on what's around you.
Right. Zygo's gonna take out the telescope. And in terms of examining like landscape with it, can he sort of look at the walls of this place, like what could have possibly been the entrance, or where someone would have swum under, or anything along those lines?
Sure. The telescope lets you see into the future, as far as
right,
you
not
know.
into the past. No, I'm aware. But I might as well check. I mean,
yeah,
there's
sure.
not much.
Go ahead and make a wisdom save for me.
Yep. 17.
Okay, 17 is good enough. Yes. Let me see something. Where are you looking?
So the chamber that I'm in, you said it's surrounded
Landscape.
on all areas. Landscape. I'm looking at the landscape. Oh, you want me to roll the how long it lasts thing?
I already did that for you.
Oh, you did.
You see, you're looking at the cave, and you see just 24 seconds pass immediately before your eyes as you peek through the telescope of waves lapping up against this thing. Once in a while, you see a little bit of sunlight poke through from the exterior, but otherwise nothing. And then you tear your eyes away in the same wave pattern.
Right. You said it's domed over the top. I'm just trying to get an understanding of this ship.
So if we look at the map here.
Yeah.
Let's go back to.
Yeah. Can you pull me onto it?
The ship. Yep. Totally. So you've come out this little tunnel here.
Right.
Right. Then on the southern end here, where this rock starts, it's just a wall that goes 50 feet up and then domes over the entire thing, coming back to connect down and around here.
Got you.
And
then
the whole
this-
rest of it is just wall. This right here,
This top part, yeah.
yes, looks like it definitely looks wide enough for the ship, like it could have sailed into it, but there is rock right there as a wall. And just 2 feet between that rock and the water where there is an open space.
2 feet between the rock and the water?
Yes.
Like,
So, ocean, rocky outcropping, and there's
Uh-huh.
a space in between.
oh, I see what you're saying.
It's almost like a upside down bowl.
I see what you're saying. So there's no way that this ship could get out of here.
Not right now. Let's cut back over
Yeah, go for it.
to what you guys are doing in the other chamber. Any other exploring we want to do, or do we want to head outside?
Can I ask you a question? Now
Yes.
that the thing is up, is it stuck up or
No, it's being held up by Nesbit, Kano, and Zaza right now.
so I'm technically the only one that could explore?
At the
Sven,
moment,
Unless,
yes.
like, if Joey
Two of you
and
together
Sven...
can hold this up without checks if you stay in place.
Oh,
Great. Yeah. So then, yeah, Joey and Sven, huh?
no. I was saying, like, I could be replaced by Joey and Sven,
Okay.
like, to make it easier, but if you said only 2, then you and Nesbit,
Can stay and hold it.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm good with holding it.
Okay. If you guys got it, I'm gonna go get a rock.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
And as she passes Zaza, I'm gonna go ahead and just give her 10 lay on hands. So go ahead and
Okay,
take
got it. Go ahead and
10
recover
lay
10
on
HP.
back.
I feel like
Little-
That wound heals up a bit, no problem.
Okay, great. Athletics. Charity, you want to come over here and help me?
Okay. Joey goes over and says, I'm just gonna warn you, it didn't go so well last time I tried to help. But then she's still gonna put her hands on
Athletics
Kano.
check with advantage for Kano to grab this boulder and put it in place.
21.
Yeah, you waddle over with a big fat guy. Joey barely helping you, but is helping. And you roll
Joey's
it in
feet
place.
are almost like is like touching the top of the surface.
You roll it in place, and by doing that right away, because this thing doesn't like seal in, it's going to be a much lower DC for you to hoist off of this rock.
Okay, great.
And do it higher. So this is now like much less of a problem. You guys release it, it slams back down on top of the
Great,
rock,
okay.
but you guys know you're going to be able to take care of that later.
Okay.
And you guys can head through, wait for Zygo, do more exploring, up to you.
I'm gonna look around a little bit. Sven, do you want to come with me?
I will go with both of you.
Joey rolls her eyes at Sven.
Do not. We should
Sven
not
also
go
rolls
far.
his eyes. Copying Joey.
First of all, none of that. Okay. Miss Moody, I'm going to hang out in the back of the car for a day. No.
Me?
Yes, you. Oh, that's what you were doing. Like, by the way, like that was the color.
I
Like,
don't even
you wouldn't
remember
talk-
that.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Just somewhere. Yes, but we're not going to go too far because we are separated.
Okay.
Okay, where you guys want to go? Just tell
Just-
me on the map.
Just kind of like in the immediate vicinity, pretty much. Like, is there anything we can see now that we're on the other side that's more?
Are there any
Uh,
crevasses?
Yeah. Oh, you're going through and onward? Okay. In that case, sunlight. As soon as you round the corner, there's sunlight, and you look out onto a beach.
A
And
beach?
there is, oh, sorry, this ship hull is still going. And you see kind of a beautiful sight. And that is a full, beautiful town. It looks incredible. It's kind of far away off on the beach. But there are these great big towering houses that are tucked into palm trees and these big leafy brushes. There are people all over the beach. They're just little dots in the distance. And you guys see a healthy amount of brush and forest behind you that is definitely obscuring your view. You also see a sign right to your left as you peek your head out into the sunlight. It says, "Do not enter under any circumstances." Yeah, you guys see Key East in front of you. So what you're looking at in terms of like architecture is it sort of looks like, I'm just gonna say something that'll put an image right in your head. What you're looking at really looks like the Avatar: The Last Airbender beach episodes. Got it? So these
No.
big
Ember
bungalowy
Island.
kind of houses with very fancy swapped sweeping roofs, but these big wooden staircases that lead down to these little sections of beach, lots of jungle around. And then a little ways behind that, you see the tops of like buildings poking out where it looks like more of a proper city, a little ways through some, a little bit of like boundary forest. And you guys, there's no guards anywhere. Looks really unmanned and abandoned. Probably a pretty solid place to enter somewhere incognito.
All right, good to know. All right, let's go back and tell the others what we found.
Were there any other places in the cave we haven't explored yet?
There are a couple underwater tunnels, yeah.
Oh, I would like to do that.
Okay, we going swimming?
Yeah.
Let's go check
let's
on
have
Zygo
us
really
get
quick.
back under, yeah.
Okay.
Zygo, what are we doing at the boat?
Zygo's just gonna climb to the top of the lookout. The
Yeah,
crow's
sure.
nest.
Head up the ladder. Got it.
Yeah. And sort of.
Right away, there is a skeleton up in the top
Oh
mast.
boy! Oh, good lord!
Looks like he was a bear. He's like a dusty skeleton, so there's just like an arrow through his breast, but it's just like poking through rib, and it's embedded in the wall behind him, and his skeleton is propped up on the bow, on the arrow rather. Excuse me.
This is. Zygo will sort of come up next to him, trying to avoid, making contact with the skeleton. But take his place beside him on the crow's nest and just sort of look around this space from an angle that is different. And as he does, he'll say, just sort of whisper, "Grandfather, I do not know what I am supposed to find."
Do you cast any spell? Would you say that?
I mean, I guess I'll cast guidance on myself to do some sort of like perception check or
Okay.
something along those lines,
Got it. Make a nature check.
Okay. What's my nature like? 18.
Okay. As you are looking at this rock wall, your eye is drawn to that part of the water that seems to lead out to the rest of the ocean. And as you look sort of up it, you notice something strange. There is a pattern in the rock that doesn't look natural. It's like a lightning bolt shaped jagged line that goes directly up it. Make an Arcana check.
That's good. 22.
Okay, yeah, this is from magic. Somebody rended the earth with some sort of spell and put it back together again. This shatter line is too perfect. It's like very angular and straight lined. And it looks like it was burned into the rock.
Almost like it. Can I tell from a 22 if it seemed like they were hiding this ship in here or locking the ship in here? Or neither. Or
Make an insight check.
That's really low. 10.
You see that it is pointed inward, so it definitely came in.
Okay. Right.
And didn't turn around.
Right.
So you're not sure, but that's the fact.
But there was definitely definitely some sort of magic that
Definitely some
put
kind of
it to you.
magic opened up this cove for this boat to get into.
Okay. Zygo is going to reach into his bag. He's going to take out the star necklace that Nesbit gave to him many moons ago.
Is that from back in Brickton,
That's
from Madame
back in
Cassandra?
Brickton from Madame
Yes.
Cassandra,
Yeah.
which
Cool.
she's since told me is trash. But I am going to take that out and place it around the neck of the skeleton.
Okay.
As roughly as he can, try to sketch out this what this chamber, where I can see the sunlight coming from based on what time of day it is. So whether I think it would be to the east or the west of me in terms of where the ocean and the tide is pulling, based on like moon path, like anything that I can write down to sort of geographically place this if he ever wanted to try to get back to it.
Yeah, got it. You would probably be able to so you're trying to like find the way in from the outside?
Basically.
Okay. Make a survival check.
Okey-dokey. $14.
Okay, got it. I'll let you know when you search for it outside how that helps you. Remember that you rolled a 14 on it.
Okay, I will make a note of that.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
I
heading
think-
back through?
I think that's all I can do at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Back
heading
down
back
through
through.
the cove. You belly down into the tunnel. Go ahead and make a constitution save for me.
I have to assume this is one of those things I'm still at disadvantage for
Uh-huh.
because of my stomach food poisoning.
Oh
Uh-huh.
my god.
So that's an 8.
Okay, you get a mouthful of water right away. Make another constitution save for me.
That is a 15.
Okay, you're gonna take a little bit of damage from the saltwater
That's
burn. So it's
okay.
gonna be two damage.
Okay, the
as-
salt water takes 10 cold damage.
Great. As you are moving through, you're freezing water behind you. And Zygo's on his way back. Next, let's go back and check in on the underwater tunnel researchers. What are we
I
doing,
would like
gang?
us to get back on the other side of the gate though before
Yes, no problem. You guys can, everybody can, with all 4 of you there, it's like not even a check. You just gotta all,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
It'd be like, it's a DC 20 for all 3 of you, so I'm not
and
gonna have you roll
Sven.
it. Great. So you guys head back into the main chamber, still walking atop the water. Where do we want to check first?
Where is there a little offshoot?
Who's swimming? Let me just tell me who's swimming, because I got something real quick to tell you right away. Is that Zaza and anybody else?
Wait, what? Wait, I would like to swim. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna dip below the surface while you're just like kind of turn your little water walking off in this top right corner here. And I just got something to reveal to you on the map. The rest of the tunnel. This one all very clearly just leads around the bend. Nothing in particular very interesting about this. A couple of crabs are down there eating a little bit of the roper that maybe would have jumped out and tried to block your path had you tried to escape before, but now they seem pretty docile and well fed. Meanwhile, down here, same exact kind of deal. However, this tunnel, peeking down it a little bit, disappears around another corner. Another little crab eaten, as it do. But again, not bothering you. Kind of comes back into the main chamber for all the good food. Who is coming into this tunnel? Joey? Anybody else?
I would like to.
It's swimming,
Zaza?
right?
It is swimming.
How do
I
I
get-
know if I'm good at swimming?
All you gotta
I
do
am
is
a-
make one constitution save for me. This is not a big distance to swim. And it's just gonna be real low DC, and all you gotta do is pass that, and then you're good to swim all the way through here if you like.
Cool.
Okay, I'll come as well. So they
I'm
get the
not
bonus.
20, my
You
god.
are totally fine.
That's
Easily
when I
swimming
nat
through the
20.
water.
I did too.
Joey's like,
I did too.
Hell yeah. You
That's
guys nat 20, a
tonight,
DC
Nagano.
5 con save.
Wow, I got 5. So I'm really
All right.
happy I went to help everyone.
Nesbit, where are you going?
Well, Nesbit was still just,
Sven is with you, Nesbit.
yeah, I'm gonna wait with Sven, because y'all just left me with Sven, and is also waiting for Zygo. You can see
And Sven
Nesbit,
is holding a torch. He just looks up at Nesbit.
Nesbit has been, like, slowly getting more and more anxious as this whole time has gone by,
Aw.
and it just kind of sits there rocking back and forth with Sven.
Okay. Gang, I'm gonna reveal to you the rest of this little tunnel, and then you may go ahead and place yourselves in the chamber you end up in. All right.
Okay, great.
Ooh,
Ooh.
What's that?
that's a
Okay.
skeleton.
Where?
So,
Is
what you see? Everybody make a perception check. Who is in this room?
Oh,
Okay.
now I see it. Whoops.
perception?
I put
19.
myself very close to that skeleton.
16.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, 24.
24.
You couldn't just let me have this one, Jackie.
There's something low and chittery in this little echoey chamber. There's a little bit of like a waterfall of water just kind of like pouring out of this little hole in the wall here. Looks like a really flat, low hole, about a foot wide. And water is just kind of pouring over 5 feet down to where this big, massive chest, which is locked in these gigantic, thick, tight-wrapped chains. Swarming all over this chest are these little starfish, just like they're making like slurping noises as they all kind of like move very deftly over this thing, much more quickly than like a starfish in our world would move. These things are moving a little more like spiders.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Detect Magic.
Detect magic. Okay, what does that do? Go ahead and tell me the spell again. I know what it does, but I just want to be sure.
It tells me, you know, what's
If
going
there's
on.
Tells you
magic.
where magic is and what school
Yeah, if
it
you
is,
sense
right?
magic, faint aura around an invisible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and its school, if any.
Boom. You cast a little energy forth, and you do indeed detect magic, and a great deal of it coming from the trunk.
Going from
I'm going to tell you what school of magic you detect now as well.
Okay.
Okay, so on the trunk, the school of magic you feel on the chains is abjuration.
What does that mean?
Protective, guarding.
Protective.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Within, you feel enchantment times 2.
Okay.
Is that good or bad? What does that mean?
It's just-
Joey's gonna turn to Kano, and as she looks at her, she flicks her hand, and an invisible copy of Joey's hand, wispy and ghost-like, peels off and floats in the air, and she looks at Kano as if to get her approval.
Kano's gonna hold a finger up, and then she's gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay, so Joey's mage hand comes out, and then holding up the hand. Kano, what do you do?
Kano will be start talking to the starfish that are all on the trunk. Or can I hear anything that they're saying?
You just hear a little like.
Okay.
The starfish seem to be whispering to each other.
Can I do any kind of animal handling since I?
Well, I'm about to talk.
So this
to
is a
them.
swarm of these little like starfish. Their intelligence is going to be very low. This is not like a. We're not opening up persuasion checks to these kind of creatures. Just a heads up.
Kano, talking to the starfish, will say, "We mean you no harm. We want to see this box."
Do you go up to the starfish?
I get closer. I'll go ahead and I'll bite.
The starfish reach up to you as you get closer, as you like put your hand close.
Well, why did I put my hand close?
And
I'm
all
just
these,
talking to them.
you're not going to touch them yet. We'll say you're 10 feet away, so you feel safe. All these little, you like just outstretch your hand to like, plenty far away, but just like try to make contact as you cast the spell. And as you do, you just see little starfish arms start reaching up towards you and waving at you.
Okay.
Yes, come closer, closer, closer. However, you can just interact with the skeleton next to you if you're curious about that. No starfish seem to be swarming over that.
Okay, can I go up? Tell me a little more about
Sure.
the skeleton.
So the skeleton looks like an ermine. Definitely looks like it's been here for a while. Roll a quick medicine check for me.
Sure. 14?
Hard to tell what cause of death is. The skeleton's very clean, and there's no like horrifying. Like if this person died, they probably got picked clean by these starfish. So
Is he reaching out towards the chest?
There is a hand on the chest, and a skeletal hand disappeared beneath some of the starfish that are crawling over it. This person looks like they were in some kind of regal leather armored attire. There is a big fancy hat atop their head with two cutlasses crossed together.
And did any of the magic come from this skeleton's person?
No.
No. Okay.
But there is, roll an investigation check. I might have something else for you here.
Why does it have to be investigation? 19! Oh,
19.
great!
There is a letter in this person's pocket in front.
Give me. I want to read it.
Wait, Joey throws out her hand to stop Ken and goes, wait, be patient. And then she navigates the hand over to pluck the letter from the chest of this person and brings it back to Kano.
One little starfish comes out with it and then drops ploop, back into the water, disappearing beneath. And you have the letter in your hand. As you unfold it, it's written with this old, sort of blotted ink from the wetness of this chamber. But it reads, the last will and testament of Pearl the Cutlass.
Yay!
Yay!
And it's just like a couple of bullet points. My ship to the unlucky fools who find it and can get it away. My treasure to no one but me. Dylan. Well.
She's dead.
And my vengeance to every black and gold son of a hog out there. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Joey goes, I like her.
Me too. Do you want to try with that hand? I don't think we should get too close to the chest ourselves.
Joey grabs her thieves' tools out of her bag and hands it to her mage hand, which kind of bobs with them a little bit as if to say hi, and then Joey kind of ushers it off. And the hand... the hand moves down to the chest.
Okay. You gonna make a check to try to unlock this thing?
Yes.
Okay, make a thieves' tools check.
It's a dirty 20.
Nice.
I have to check something.
I bet you do.
You bet I do. One moment, I gotta read this spell.
And the starfish just said, come closer, Hannah.
Yeah.
Gross.
And like the one person that was like trying to get at it was, I didn't like it. Can I insight check the starfish? Is that the dumbest thing you've ever heard in your
Maybe
life?
after this spell
you can
triggers.
nature check the starfish. 100%. I have lots to tell you if you roll a high nature check on starfish.
Okay, I read it.
You, the steps, you look like it's like, Joey, sure thing. You know this kind of lock, you're gonna get it. 20 should be plenty. There's a little pulsing of energy, and your thieves' tools are just like reverse magneted out of the lock. There is some kind of spell cast here that is preventing that from necessarily working at that level. Would you want to make an Arcana check for me?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I rolled a 12 on the nature check, by the way.
Okay.
It's only going to be a 12 on my Arcana as well.
12. So you're not sure what spell that is. You know it's abjuration magic. And in terms of the swarm of starfish, 12. So it's a swarm. So if you were to attack this thing, I can tell you that it would be resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage.
Wow.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So just like how a swarm works, a little hint. If you were to try to get rid of these things.
Right.
Okay. Let's go back to Zygo as you come through the hole and find Nesbit and Sven patiently waiting for you in this big main chamber atop the water.
Oh, Nesbit, I found something incredible. A ship that I'd found its way in there with no way out. I have some understanding. It bore the same skull and crossbones of the chest that contained the front telescope. Clearly, they are related somehow. I have a memory of a name, Pearl the Cutlass, but this is all I remember.
Do you want to make a history check, Nesbit?
Sure, I'll see what happens.
You're gonna nat 20 this, it'll be fine.
It didn't. Yeah, that sounds about right for what's going on. 5.
Unfamiliar.
Nesbit looks to Sven. Sven, do you know of Pearl the Cutlass? I do not know of this name.
He has no idea. Shrugs.
Same. Do not know. But,
Where was everybody else?
Oh, they went into a tunnel. We found the way out, but they decided to keep investigating, and someone had to stay with Sven, and also I was waiting for you, and yes.
Well, I am glad for the company. Surely, have you tried to contact Kano?
No. Well, I just figured that they're fine. Usually...
I'm just gonna try and telepathically contact Kano.
How many feet is the range on that?
I think it's like 30 or 60
30.
or
Too
something.
far away. No dice.
Alright.
Nesbit just says, usually, when one of you are in trouble, which is wont to happen, you all scream. And it is an easy indication for me to start running with my crossbow out to shoot whatever is near you.
This is true. This is true.
It has been silent.
Sven, how are you feeling? On a scale of 1 to 20?
Sven is feeling like an 18.
Alright,
He's good.
That's my favorite question.
His is a nice round number. It's not like on a scale
Yeah.
of 52 or
1 to
something.
57.
Yeah.
But if you think that we should go forward, we can go forward now that you're here. Together.
Probably best for us to regroup if we are to remove ourselves from these cages, from these caves. I assume the crabs will start to work up an appetite again soon, though.
You probably got another 10 minutes.
All right. All right. Let's go then, Sven. We're going to go underwater.
3 con saves, gentlemen. Sven passes
My
his.
last disadvantaged one. Here we go. I'm good. 19.
You guys all swim over through this very tight, small tunnel. A crab that is eating one of the eyes from that roper from earlier. Just somehow it got away with the prize. And then you guys come up in this chamber. You guys don't need to light a torch because there's a beam of light coming from high above in the ceiling. And you see this swarm of starfish all over this chest here, this skeleton lying here. Zygo, you quickly clock that symbol on the hat is the same symbol as that is on the foretelescope and that is on the ship.
Yep.
Hey, you guys can drag your icons in here if you like.
I go ahead and I tell Zygo everything about like Pearl, the Cutlass. We found the thing.
We get each other up to speed. I say,
Yeah, there's
oh,
magic
perfect.
in here. Starfish seem bad, and we can't just unlock it.
You said enchantment magic.
Abjuration, and then
Yes, but then inside.
enchantment. Yes.
Well,
And there's 2 of whatever it is.
I would imagine that there are 2 chests I found on the ship, or places where they should be. One of them we have found. This here was the second one. But the ship was locked in by some sort of very powerful magic user. I have every reason to believe that if this just belonged to her, there is something magical inside of it.
Especially if she's the same person that had the 4 telescope. Who knows?
Exactly.
Everybody make a perception check.
Oh no.
Oh, dirty 20.
17.
Okay.
17.
22.
23.
Oh, look at you guys.
Okay. Nobody nat 20, right?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
but cool. Alright, well. And Joey tried to pick the lock, yes?
I tried and I did such a good job, and then it just sent all my tools out, and it wasn't my fault because I really did a good job.
Can I try to do an Arcana check, even though that's not my thing?
Sure. Give it a try.
Okay.
I could always throw a javelin at it and smite it, I guess, but
Oh, I do not know if that is.
I rolled an 11.
yeah.
You might have seen somebody lock their chests in a similar way in the circus, but you're not familiar with the kind of magic used.
Well,
Okay.
Joey, all that I can do is try to guide your hand with the spirits of my grandfather and the spirits of the stars, but that is it.
is this
Should
something
we try it again?
This is something that we need to do now? It doesn't look like anyone's going to be coming to get this anytime soon.
We could try one more time, maybe.
Try what though?
George, I don't think that this is like clearly a cove, right? So the tides rise in and out of this place.
Yeah.
Is it?
You're low right now.
Is it? That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, that's why all of that was exposed. This cave probably fills up.
Right. Right.
At night, it's probably like full.
Completely full of what? Right. Well,
Do you want to try one more time and you could help me?
perhaps we try one more time and then we leave this here, knowing where it is. Yes.
Yes.
All right. And Zygo will cast guidance on Joey.
Okay, guidance is cast. Go ahead.
If I bless her, that doesn't help, right?
I
to
think it's
ability
totally
checks.
different, right?
Yeah. Well, it's just not. It's not ability checks. It's
Yeah,
saves
it's
and
saving throws and
Saving.
attacks.
Saving
so no.
throws. So guidance goes through. Go ahead, Joey.
Okay, so this means I get to roll 2d4.
1d4 added to that.
1d4. Okay. And I'm not rolling at advantage, right?
No.
Can I help her and give her advantage? Like you've got this. You're so smart and good
I
at
think
unlocking
not
things.
for this. I think this is a
That's
solo
fair.
activity.
Joey closes her eyes and she breathes deeply and she goes, okay, let's do this. Just like in Port Sal. And rolls a 2. So
Just like in
whoop.
Brickton.
Again, your thief tools are this time flung across the room and smack against the wall opposite, drop into the water. You're able to quickly duck a hand down to grab them.
Joey looks at Zygo and goes, okay, that time it was my fault.
Alright, I think Nesbit is right that we should try to evacuate here as quickly as we can.
Starfish, can you open it?
The starfish, yes, open it up, open for us, open this.
Can you open it? You look at you go. You're so good at being starfish.
Make an animal handling check.
Okay.
I have good animal handling too.
Natasha, do you want to Zaza come in there as well?
Yeah, can I help?
15.
Okay, go ahead, Zaza, give it a shot.
Oh, no.
No, it's bad.
10.
Okay.
got a
The
15.
starfish don't seem responsive to any directions.
Even 15.
All right.
Really want to know what's in this friggin' box.
All right. Can we leave?
Now.
What if we melted the chain?
I don't think there's nothing that I.
I can melt it with fire.
Well, I don't.
Okay, we can come back.
You guys
Oh,
all
thank
heading
you.
out?
As of this moment, we have no way of opening this thing, right? There was no...
Joey looks at Zygo and
Your-
conjures.
Your tools did not work, and there is some sort of magic we do not understand.
And you don't
Zygo,
have
did you make an Arcana check on the spell?
I did not. I was
Go
told it was
ahead.
abjuration.
You saw that. You saw the effect. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
That's a 22.
Oh yeah, it's the spell Arcane Lock.
Got you. I've encountered. I would know what that is.
Yeah.
Right?
You know that this thing is definitely getting a magical bump to its difficulty check to be able to open it. What that check is kind of depends on what the padlock's difficulty was, so it's hard to tell what exactly that number is. But yeah, if you guys knew the password, or if you were able to dispel the magic on it, you could probably get into this. But right now, that's not possible.
Password?
I don't have to.
Yeah, there is a password set for chains like this.
I mean, this is insane, and it won't work. But last thing before we leave this room. Big Brain Zygo, can he try to look at the will and testament and see if there'd be any kind of a clue as to what a password to this chest might be on the will?
Make an investigation check, and then I'm gonna have you make another check.
Can I help him?
No?
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, unless she's helping
Cast
me.
it. Can I help him?
Again, I think a solo activity, a reasoning thing like that. Yeah.
Then it's a 7.
Okay. No, I can't. You don't glean anything from this at all.
It's all good.
Again, Nesbitt is just kind of really uncomfortable. Well, if you all insist on just standing here and not being able to do anything, the passwords are things that are important to the person. Do we know anything about this before we leave, since I know you won't leave?
What was the name of the boat?
Oh, I remember this.
Astrid?
The Astrid, yes. The Astrid was the name of our ship.
And the chains slink off onto the floor.
Are you kidding?
Dylan, you fucking
It was
genius. Dylan, you Hannah, you fuck. Ugh.
Wow.
Wow.
Hannah.
Of course,
what-
we knew one thing that was important to her. Hannah,
Hannah
Good night,
picked up what I
everybody.
Hannah picked up what I was putting down.
Holy yes.
that was some teamwork right there.
And the
Oh my
starfish swarm away.
Oh my god.
You guys want to take a look in the box?
Yes.
We got it, George.
We worked so hard.
Look in the box.
Hard.
This is gonna be bad.
Inside the box,
If it's
Flipping
another
open the
fox
lid.
boy, I will kill you.
it is Sven's brother Dan.
Thrilled. Yeah.
Was
You
blind.
find,
Yeah.
just on a quick thing, you find a massive pile of crowns. Just absolutely shimmering, glittery, enormous. You see 10 big, fat diamonds sitting amidst these gold coins, as well as 2 rubies and a big, thick, square emerald. And also, a beautifully ornate rapier and scimitar crossed over each other atop it. This is what is pinging with enchantment magic. Make an Arcana check, whoever would like to, on both of these items, and I will tell you what they do.
I'm gonna roll. It's not gonna be good, but we can have.
It wasn't great, but it was a 15.
19 again. Wow.
27.
27.
Thanks. Zygo.
Okay. Yay, Zygo, I'm going to tell you the stats.
Okay.
Okay. So, what these do,
Oh.
we have Pearl the Cutlass's magic rapier. It's a +1 rapier. It requires attunement. When you wield this and have attunement, you gain a swim speed of 30 feet.
Yo.
When you take the dash action while swimming, you move 90 feet instead of 60 feet.
Dope.
Once per long rest, there's 1 charge that replenishes at dawn. You may expend a charge to grant yourself water breathing for 1 hour.
Wow.
Cool.
That's 1. The
Cool.
scimitar. Pearl the Cutlass's +1 magic scimitar. It requires attunement. It's a serrated blade on this thing. You crit on a 19 or 20,
Nice.
when wielding this. On a hit, the target is wounded and takes 1d8 damage at the end of each of its turns unless it is stabilized or magically healed.
Oh, it's a bleeding weapon.
It's a serrated edge bleeding weapon.
Amazing.
And then
yeah, what?
You hear what was waiting all along
No.
within the waterfalls. And it creeps its gigantic arm out of that little hole to reveal.
What?
What? No.
The biggest starfish you have ever seen.
Nope.
No.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Crawling out of the hole.
Nope.
And the thousand skittery little
No.
of all these starfish swarming out of these tiny little crevices.
Nah.
And that, folks, is where we are going to end tonight.
Jesus.
All right.
Oh my God.
When you play with fire.
We
I wanted
ain't
to know what was
fancy it, kids.
All I
my
want is to be
God.
fancy.
Ain't fancy yet.
Oh, we could have been fancy. I'll take responsibility for this. I really wanted to know what was in this
Zygo
box.
hasn't even seen the
Oh
town.
no, this was great.
Thank you
All right.
for
Holy
helping me get
cow.
Nay, 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 nay. Thank you all for staying a little late with us tonight.
Yes.
We will pick up on this horrible situation next week.
Jesus.
No breaks, kids.
Oh my
Don't.
God.
Oh my god.
We're gonna get back into it next Tuesday. If you want to ask me, hey George, what the fuck tomorrow? Come hang out on twitch.tv/hero_club, this channel right here. Hang out with me Wednesday at 5 p.m. We're gonna hang out. We'll do some fun dungeon master creative something. We'll hang out. You can talk about this session if you want. I'll tell you all the inside secrets if you like. And then come back and check in with us next Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. PST as normal. And in the meantime, check out all our Hero Club seasons and be on the lookout for City of Mirrors, which is releasing April 6th on Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be phenomenal. The first episode we're really proud of it. It's bonkers and crazy and awesome. You'll hear Dylan and Hannah in the first episode. And it's going to be freaking great. So tune into that. See you next week and tomorrow. Anybody else got anything to plug?
I got one this Saturday on Cella Luna's channel. Our good friend Aaron of Trixie Wizard is DMing that monthly Folktales and Fairy Tales one.
Oh, cool.
6
You
p.m.
gotta go watch. It's so
6
fun.
p.m. on Cella Luna's channel. Very, very fun.
Yes, please go check that out. It's fantastic. And
Allie
Aaron's,
Bloom would love to ask, hey George, what the fuck?
what the
Which
fuck?
I agree with.
Yeah, thanks, Allie.
All right,
Voices
y'all.
people.
It's been a late one. It's been a fun one. It's been a hard one. It's been a stressful one, and it will continue to be
And
stressful.
we're right
next
back
week.
into it next time.
So,
Yeah.
with that, happy Triple T Day, and have a wonderful evening, everybody. Good night. See you later.
Bye.